What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Press Box. Y'all know what time it is. This is the best NFL show on YouTube, y'all. This is going to be a power-packed show. We're going to talk about Justin Herbert and these Chargers. Is this actually the season for Justin Herbert? Is this actually the season where he can get in MVP conversations? And also, can the Chargers make the AFC Championship? Also, there were some huge deals signed this week from Bijan Robinson to Jahmyr Gibbs to Flowers to Taylor. But all these players worth this deal. And are these deals, are they changing the way the RB market is going to be moving forward? There's a lot of stuff to get into. We got Early, we got Kenya. We'll have some more joining us over the course of the show. Y'all, how we feeling today?
Not too bad, man. Everybody getting paid. I'm going to get paid too.
Yeah, feeling good.
Yeah, man. You know, money talks for sure.
Man. Shit, I'm excited. Money's in the air.
If you haven't got a chance to bask in the information that we were all allowed to purview this week, I don't know, Kenya, if you got a chance to see, because you got stuff to do in your life, because you got a life. But
hilarious.
Justin Herbert and Madison Beer had a nice little romantic moment. And again, this is during training camp, and family and friends are allowed onto the field. And so this clip blew up and went crazy on the timeline. And everybody's like, Justin Herbert, what are you doing? Why are you
not
sitting
focused, man?
On the sideline?
Not focused.
Over here getting rubbed down and made to feel good on the sideline after practice.
When you just rub each other's hair
running plays
while y'all sit next to each other, that's new love. That's that brand new love.
Yeah, that is.
All right. But here's the thing, y'all. This is my first thing. Okay. And people don't know this. When you are in training camp, y'all, family and friends are allowed to be there watching training camp. And after training camp, kids run on the field. Your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, they walk up to you, maybe a side piece, whoever you want. If you give them access, they can get access. Pookie and them. And they can join you on the field, take pictures, scrummage around on the grass. I didn't think this was a big deal, but shout out to my friend Chris Broussard, Nick Wright, and also Kevin Wallace. They were, not all of them, were aghast by this. That said, Justin, you're supposed to be focused. I'm taking you out of contender status because of this. But to me, this is nothing. This is nothing.
No, I've never seen now a star quarterback, we're talking about top 10 quarterback in the league, sit across from his newly girlfriend and rub each other's hair in the middle of the field. You've never seen that in the 100 years of football, whatever, how many years of football that's been.
A fiance?
Fiance or not, you've never seen it. You've never seen a wife and a husband lay on the grass. It's the laying on the grass, rubbing each other. It's like something out of a movie.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
They're like two teenagers
on Disney. Like that's what it looks like.
They're like two teenagers who just met each other.
Brother, they in their 20s. They in love.
But you gotta be careful.
Be in love somewhere else though. That's why we have bedrooms.
This is how I think. This is how I think of the minds of a man. If he's that in love, that means his heart can be that much broken. So if anything happens during the season and it don't work out, or any arguments happen, he's gonna have bad games. When you're that much in love, it affects your psyche.
In a good way too, when it's going well.
I once was so in love. Ex-girlfriend of mine. I got into an argument with her. She said some things. We both said some things. I was so messed up. I got in an accident that same day.
Oh my
wasn't
God.
paying attention, man. I wasn't focused, man. Tried to do a U-turn and got T-boned, man. Because I wasn't focused. You gotta be focused. You play quarterback in the NFL in one of the harder divisions, okay? You know who I bet is focused? Bo Nix. Bet Bo Nix is focused.
Bo Nix is married with a kid.
He focused.
He do the
That's
same
Mahomes
thing.
is focused.
Mahomes is married with kids. They do the same thing.
Not on the sideline with his wife rubbing hairs, and he got good hair. You see his commercials.
Well, that's because his wife was on the sideline doing other stuff, like pouring champagne on Bills fans. Remember that? That was that in negative 10-degree weather. So there's that.
I think you started about Patrick Mahomes.
TikToks on the field. Remember that? That was embarrassing too. So Patrick Mahomes may not be doing nothing, but his wife and brother were wilding a few years ago. Travis Kelce's not focused. He showed up to training camp overweight, not out of shape. fresh off of a honeymoon.
What's wrong? How do you know he ain't focused?
Chiefs.
I saw the pictures.
He did like he looked like he came to camp looking like Jason Kelsey. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like somebody's uncle, like somebody's random uncle. That's what he that's what he looked like.
So did CJ Stroud.
Yeah, that haircut is not it. That was
CJ
bad.
Stroud looked like he cleans the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I hear y'all that it feels, lovey-dovey, but it also can work out well. And speaking of the CJ Stroud video that they're referencing, y'all, because they're just, now they want to bully CJ. This is the video that they're talking about. This is it. He's just walking out. He's just walking onto the field. That's it. He doing nothing but walking on to the field, getting ready for training camp. Turn that music off in the background, that SpongeBob music. Yeah, look, he's just walking onto the field.
She just shot like he get bullied in high school.
No, bullying. Nobody should be bullied.
That's what he looks like, though.
Yeah, he just looks like he's just cooling. You know what I mean? Like, hey, y'all, welcome back.
Middle school outfit for me.
That's
what it looks like.
That is not what I want my starting quarterback to look like coming into camp.
It's like a 13-year-old. Like, it's crazy.
Yo, so
she just shot like somebody decided to bring my kid to work day.
Yeah.
Did you see the walk?
Yeah, the walk was insane.
His outfit looks so like
straight. He doesn't even he's walking straight.
He looked like he been in that outfit for 4 days. Like
I expected this from early, but I did not. Kenya, I expected better of you. Making fun of somebody's face
normally, but
he cut his hair like lost his power. What is this? What is he?
The haircut is bad. The outfit is bad. The walk is bad.
They're making fun of Justin Herbert and Madison Beer for being in love, and now they're making fun of CJ Stroud for walking in the building wrong.
He looked terrible. Riddell, he looks like he cleans the building. He looks terrible.
I mean, let him rock, bro.
Show Travis Kelce. Let me see Travis Kelce. Come on,
put that picture up.
Let's put it up too. Let's put.
Are there pictures of Travis Kelce currently?
There's a video of him. Let's show him in practice walking around.
Now this is not true. This is not real, y'all.
Are you talking about the one with his belt? Yeah, that wasn't real.
No, yeah, I'm showing this one. Let me show you the real one, how he actually looks. Since everybody doing this, Travis looks like he's in shape. Let me play this video for y'all real quick.
What's not real?
The one that you saw from the market video that just
when he was walking.
Out. This is Travis Kelce right now.
Yeah, you thought he had a belly here, huh?
Yeah, this is Travis Kelce right now.
You sure that might be AI?
This ain't. What are you talking about? He looks like normal. He looks like a normal Travis Kelce. He's
walking in the other video too, though.
No, but that he could have been bloated from the water he drank. I don't know. This is what he looks like walking in the practice.
That's a lot of water.
Well, I just want y'all to know, Kenya, just for people in case they don't know, you lose 7 to 10 pounds per practice, y'all. So, like, I would walk into practice at 228 pounds. I would leave practice 221 pounds.
Especially if you're doing 2 days. My problem with Travis is, ain't nobody tell Travis it's over, man. Go home. Like, go home, bro.
No,
like,
bro, he's 36.
You just got, exactly.
Over. Yeah, go home. It's over.
Like, come on.
Is Travis Kelce the top 10 tight end in the league?
Yes.
No.
There's not that many great tight ends in the league.
Top 10 tight end in the league.
Well, he is by default.
Name 10 tight ends.
Maybe 11. Maybe 11.
We got Greg Kittle.
Mark
Bowers.
Who's Greg?
Who? You said who?
George Kittle. I call him Greg to be funny.
Greg.
It was an inside joke. George Kittle. Brock Bowers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coastal Lovett.
Yes.
Trey McBride.
Yes.
Kyle Pitts.
Sam Laporta. And you said George Kittle. George Kittle.
Tucker Kraft.
That's 8. Tyler Warren. That's 9.
I think I said Tyler Warren. I think.
No, you didn't. You said Tyler Warren. That's 9.
Okay, Tyler. And I think that Jake
Ferguson. Mark Andrews.
I think Jake Ferguson's better than him too.
You're lying.
Jake Ferguson's not better than the Travis Kelce, but Jake Ferguson's on the list.
Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert's not better than him, but Dallas is on the list. Kenyon Sadiq, rookie, obviously. TJ Hockenson.
We're not putting people who ain't played yet. We ain't gonna put people who ain't played yet.
Jawan Johnson.
Do we think? I was about to say, do we think he's better than Harold Fanning? Shit, do we think he'll be better than Isaiah Likely for the Giants this season?
Brother, if he's healthy, man.
I don't know. I have no idea how we're gonna use him. How Fannin is it?
He'll be a top 10 producing tight end, though. I don't think that's a question. He'll be closer to
sure.
top 5 producing. He had 900
He's
yards
gonna
last
get
year
his
early.
receptions. He's gonna get his receptions.
But he gets a lot of passes. That's why I get it.
I mean, not many targets.
Last year, he had 108 targets, 76 receptions for 851 yards.
108 targets is wide receiver targets. That's a lot of targets.
That's the least amount of targets he's had since his third year, though.
Yeah, we know that because he's getting older and also Patrick Mahomes declining. So we get that.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he
Stop
is. He is.
No.
He is.
No.
You don't have to be a fan of a team that you don't even root for. Yes, he is. Where about Justin Herbert?
No, I can root for Mahomes, even though I'm rooting for the Bengals.
Hey, Kenya, is Patrick Mahomes declining?
What?
Is Patrick Mahomes declining?
Yes.
Oh my God, we're yapping, bro.
My guy Swiper, is Patrick Mahomes declining or no?
No, I don't think he's declining. I think he's had some down seasons, but I don't know if it's necessarily declining.
So we can say he declined at some point.
Yes.
A little
That.
No.
Yes,
I'm not
we're
letting
doing
him
another
do
fantasy
this.
league.
Yes.
I'm not letting
Do we
him
trust
His
Patrick
ball
Mahomes
accuracy.
from the start of the season to the end of the season this year right now with the coming off the injury? Do we want to see that?
No,
Not yet.
that's
I do
not
want
fair.
to. I want
The
to see
only
it.
reason why is because of the injury. You're trying to make it seem like his skill has been worsening.
His
And
deep
you're
ball is
trying-
not as good as his deep ball accuracy isn't as good as he used to be. Right? Yeah, yes or no?
Well, it's been
I think
terrible.
that's overbloated stat.
Over a bloated stat.
When is that an overbloated stat?
But
When you get somebody who loves somebody, boy, they can see no wrong.
You know what he replaced the deep throw accuracy, especially with these
The scrambling?
Yes, he has to be the running back for the team. Now we got to
Look at where that got him.
Yeah, I got him injured. It's not his fault. It doesn't mean he's declining.
So was his versus Jaguar, was that his fault or no?
It was
Just because you can point out single circumstances
Versus the Broncos,
doesn't
was
mean
that his fault or no?
Doesn't mean much. Doesn't mean much.
Versus the Broncos, was that his fault or no?
No
I
comment.
don't.
It's been mid, man. Do we trust Rasheed Rice still? Do we trust Xavier Worthy still?
No.
Never trusted Worthy. Rasheed Rice is okay.
Okay.
Okay, y'all were waiting for him to come back. Y'all were talking about him as if he was a top 15 wide receiver last year. Y'all couldn't wait for him to come back.
Because
they needed
during the season, y'all were excited for that. Y'all was like, we're gonna have one of the better receiver calls once Rasheed Rice get back.
He was so excited.
Rasheed Rice, he provided something that was
I like how y'all getting it off when D-Mac not here.
I know, right? Because he be fussing like a girl when it comes to them Chiefs.
I'm telling D-Mac you said that.
D-Mac's on. He should be here in a minute.
Yeah, he'll be here. I'll be talking shit about
he about the EPA and A.U to death.
I know.
The advanced statistics on lot. But once we start getting, you're lucky that Mahomes is not locked in for this season, or I can't push the prop. Because me and Early, we've known each other for a couple years now. Every single year. What is it? Belt Early. Mahomes killing you every single year. Yapping, talking. And Mahomes gonna fall off.
And then he got hurt for the rest of the season.
Finally was like,
and then he got hurt for the rest of the season, and things changed.
I can talk shit now. He's injured. Yeah.
Things changed. Things change every day, baby. And injuries change.
You've been saying the same thing for 4 years, bro.
Okay.
Low key.
Talk about that in a minute, yeah. Well, I wanted to ask y'all, so just to stick to the topic, and early started, as they're saying in the chat, bouncing on Mahomes is what they're saying to you earlier, that you're a bouncer.
Out of line.
That's what they're saying. I'm just reiterating what the chat is saying, because obviously W chat. So this is the story.
Chat, Mahomes don't even fuck with people like us. Come on, man. If you black, move around. You know you don't
Stop
fuck
it.
with us.
Mahomes 100%.
Mahomes
Is.
Fuck with us.
I just want people to know this. Mahomes is
white tight end. Never invited Tyreek Hill to his house. White wife, and also he only shows his father.
I want people to know this. Mahomes is absolutely the biggest star that has ever come out for Black Lives Matter in the NFL ever, by far. He is the biggest. James. Yeah, no, I said NFL.
You said NFL. You said biggest star. You said biggest star.
Oh, NFL.
I literally said NFL. You just were not listening because you were making a comment in your brain before you.
Did Tom Brady not speak on Black?
No, Tom Brady was. It was Mahomes and Matthew and all the other places. Mahomes was absolutely front line. So I want to hear that.
Mahomes is a star.
But this is Justin Herbert, because I want to know, what will it take for you all to believe Justin Herbert can get an MVP conversation this year because this is Herbert's career, y'all. 43.
He got 24,000 passing yards already.
Yes, yes,
seasons?
bro. He's
Jesus
been a
Christ.
monster.
The rookie season was
4,300
Oh yeah, he been
yards,
near the last 3 seasons.
4,300 yards, 5,000 yards, 4,700, 3,100. They changed their offense. 3,800, 3,700. They changed their offense. But even still, 31 tubs, 38 tubs passing. Just by the way, 25 tubs passing, 20 tubs passing. But then remember this: the 23 tub passing season with just 3 interceptions, but they ran the ball a hell of a bunch that year. And then in the playoffs, he had 4 interceptions or something like that.
Yeah.
And then this year, 26 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, but 3,700 yards. Now they have obviously a new OC in Mike McDaniels. They're going to have a fully healthy slate of players that they're going to have available to them at the wide receiver position. If you're looking at the Chargers and their offensive depth chart right now, it's going to be obviously Omarion Hampton, Ladd McConkey, Quentin Johnson, Trey Harris, who's a second-round pick out of Ole Miss, I believe. They had Gatson, who was a great tight end last year. And he's in the second year this year. They got David Njoku, shout out to my Nigerian, Ron Slater, Slaughter, Tyler Biadasz, Strange, and Joel Alt. They're one of the best offensive lines in the game. So, based on all this information, MVP discussion.
You forgot arguably the most important part. Mike McDaniel.
I said Mike McDaniels before I went through the roster, but yeah.
Oh, that I was doing it early.
Yeah.
My thing is, when it comes down to this, is I actually expect Justin Herbert to do a lot of great things on this offense this year. Of course, he became a lot more passive in the last couple of years, trying to rely on the run game. He'll be a little bit more conservative with his offense. But now with this team, with Mike McDaniel and how he likes to scheme things, runs a lot of motion, I do think Justin Herbert could be in the MVP type conversation. And if the Chiefs are down, of course, the Raiders are still trying to figure out their identity. They're having a lot of weird things regarding Kirk and Matt Crosby recently. And the only competition is the Broncos. They can sneak some wins out there and be very competitive. I'm expecting a 10-plus win season. I'm not expecting the defense to fall off the cliff by any means. Jim Harbaugh, I've never seen him have a defense that's just like trash. I've just never seen that before. So this is the year for Herbert to be in the conversation. And if he doesn't do it now, at this point, we just got to be honest about this guy. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to go on record and say, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can be very loud and clear. I'm going to go on record and say Justin Herbert will never win an MVP in his career.
Thank you.
Ever.
I thank you.
Ever.
I was just about to say that same thing.
Never.
Never.
Just not good enough.
He's too robotic.
He's
just too robotic, and he doesn't do enough. He doesn't do enough in the clutch for me. It's a few games here or there, but he doesn't put the team on his back ever. And I understand that he's like the offensive line was injured last year, the running back was injured last year, the defense was great, but he just, in clutch moments, in the most important parts of the game, especially in the fourth quarter, there's just something about him where it just gets too robotic and he just falls off a cliff. I don't trust him at all.
Here's the biggest factor why he won't win one ever. The quarterbacks above you are just way much better than you. Like, they're just too. You're not even in their league. The Josh Allen, the Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jackson, the Joe Burrows. Then the quarterbacks younger than you that are coming, the Drake Mays, the Daniels, the Caleb Williams, like Caleb, bro. Like Caleb, they want Caleb to have a decent season so bad, bro. I promise you, Caleb gonna mess around and get an MVP, dog. Like, cause they just wanted to happen so bad. It's almost like how they treat Luka sometimes.
I don't know though. Early,
so I think he's stuck in a place to where, unless you have an astronaut, I'm talking about like 45, literally a Matthew Stafford type season. My man, the quarterbacks underneath you are better than you, and the quarterbacks above you are better than you. So he'll always be stuck in like almost that Phillip Rivers gap.
But I kind of disagree.
But at the same time, so people, if you've been following like the journey of press box and all that stuff. I was one of the first people that called Justin Herbert a choke artist years ago. Oh, yeah. And I've just been vindicated for years. Again.
You also was a fan of Trevor Lawrence.
That was unnecessary. We're talking about Justin Herbert. Anyhow.
Same quarterback.
When it comes down to this current situation with Justin Herbert, though, you brought up Matthew Stafford and Loke. Like, if we're being honest, there's a lot of similarities between those two quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford had all the talent in the world. He was not in a good situation, still putting up numbers, doing his thing, but he never could get it done. Obviously, change of scenery, and then he started being established as one of the best quarterbacks of all time, officially an elite quarterback, and he won an MVP at mid-30s, late 30s in his career. Justin Herbert has the opportunity to do something similar with a new change of pace, new change of scenery. Now Jim Harbaugh has really set a foundation, calmed things down. The Chargers are now a good organization under Jim Harbaugh, and now he has an offensive guru, Mike McDaniel. Even if it's not this year, to say he never will win MVP, I don't see it. He's still too talented to not be someone who put up crazy numbers. Well, Drake, he can't do what Drake May did last year.
Yeah, with an easy schedule, yes, he can.
What Drake May did was circumstantial because of the schedule, and also I think Drake May is a better quarterback than Justin Herbert. Listen, in the fact of his talent, I think he has more talent than Justin Herbert.
Why does Drake May have more talent than Justin Herbert?
I think Drake May is more accurate than Justin Herbert. I think he has a better deep ball than Justin Herbert. I think the only problem with Drake May, I think he's more athletic than Justin Herbert. I think the only problem with Drake May is I do think he's gonna have a fall off. So I feel bad for Patriots fans. Shout out to Stacks and Facts. A lot of them Patriots fans in there about to be disappointed because y'all peaked too high. But I do believe that he'll get better, same way I think Caleb Williams will get better on top of the ability they already have, and they'll have better seasons than him. And I think the foundation and the structure is better.
Yeah, but in terms of just talent, I think like Drake May, Justin Herbert, and I still think Trevor Lawrence, they're all the same quarterback to me. They have almost the exact same skill set with the accuracy, the arm, the deep ball. Like they're great at those things. The issue is Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence are so inconsistent. The biggest difference is that
and Drake May can have a 600-700 yard rush.
You don't hear Kenya?
I'm just saying, can you go?
Okay, go ahead, but like at least with Trevor Lawrence, I can expect him to come up in big moments, even though it is a small sample size. I don't trust Justin Herbert when it comes to that at all. He has all the talent, but he doesn't utilize it consistently enough to the best of his ability. That's my issue with him.
He gets a little panicky at the end, and I'm all there for you. But that switch can change with enough structure. And you're talking about like situation, the Chargers situation and the Patriots situation. At this point, they're organizationally pretty similar.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it, I disagree with the notion that like Drake May is like more talented. I'll give you like deep throw touch, but in terms of talent and raw skills, Herbert's arm is crazy. He's still a very accurate quarterback. And athleticism, that's either a wash or you could argue Herbert. I mean, if you want to go Drake, you can, but he's equally as athletic as well.
Do we think Justin Herbert, Drake Herbert are close when it comes to athleticism? Are you being funny?
Yes.
Drake?
Drake May and Justin Herbert are close when it comes to athleticism.
Yes. See, but you're proving my point though early. You don't see it enough with Justin Herbert because he doesn't do it as much as he should.
He also just doesn't have the ability that Drake May has. Can you? He doesn't have that.
Yes, he does. You saw it last year.
We saw him move a little bit. We talking about the nigga who runs a 4-5. Who literally they run sets for him. They run running back, quarterback running sets for him.
I mean, that's good though. That's what we want to see from him though. We've been asking for that type of play from him for years.
Well, early it should be. And Justin Herbert did run a 4.6 out of the draft, jump 36, broad jump 10.3. I mean, he is a really good athlete, but Drake May is obviously like had more rushing yards because Drake May maybe is more of a natural runner than he is like, vertically. But behind the pocket though, Justin Herbert does have good feet work. Like,
Drake May just might be the better playmaker because he uses his legs to make plays, but Justin Herbert doesn't do that like he should.
Yeah, and I mean the recent season he ran for 500 yards.
Yeah, he ran more than he's ever run before, but he's not more athletic than Drake May. I don't know what we're doing here.
Yeah, I don't know either. I agree with Kenya. They're like in the same ballpark. Trevor, Justin, Drake, in terms of athleticism.
When Drake come out of college? What are you running the 40?
I don't know if he ran the 40.
Trevor's a good runner too.
I don't know if Drake May ran the 40-yard dash. He did. He didn't run it. But if you ask me though. He's at least in the 4.6s, at least.
It's an estimated time is between 4.53 or 4.58.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
basically
obviously estimate. Yeah, 4.5, 4.5, 4.6. He's in there.
You got I seen it on film, bro. Drake maybe
he can run.
Yeah, but he just does it more. He just does it more.
But remember, Herbert can. Remember that run sheet? Remember we were talking about early when we were doing the film, and D-Mac was saying Chris Jones was in the right for slanting into the gap because the D tackle was supposed to come help him outside. Remember, he took off for 20-something yards on that play. He has a lot of those rushing plays in his bag.
He's not no statue. He ain't no Joe Burrow. I know that. I'm just saying.
Joe can run too.
Not a statue either.
Joe can run too. Joe remember early. Joe had that run versus the Giants 2 years ago where he took off for 50.
Y'all
No, well,
think
Joe
Joe
can run, though.
Burrow is
Joe
awesome,
actually
but that's
can run.
actually
Statue. Okay,
nuts.
Statue
There's
is
only
nasty.
like 3
Statue is like
Burrow,
Peyton Manning.
Golf is
Statue
a
is like
statue.
Peyton Manning. So you're right.
Golf
Statue
is a
nasty.
statue. Yeah.
Yeah, Peyton Manning is a statue.
Kirk Cousins is a statue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So statue was
Tua-
nasty.
Even Tua is not a statue, but he's definitely he's a statue.
He
Tua.
used to not be a statue.
Statue Tua. Michael Penix.
Michael Penix run a full.
I know Michael
But he
Penix
doesn't
though.
run a lot.
He don't move at all.
But I would rather say Justin Herbert than Penix.
But I think Drake May is in again. I think he's a notch below though. Like Drake May is Josh Allen, a notch below Josh Allen.
See,
I think Justin
I
Herbert.
think they're in that.
Justin Herbert's in those talks too.
I think it's no. I think it's
What
it's
doesn't he have though?
It's Lamar, Josh, Fields, those type of guys, and the notch below that I think is the Drake Mays, the Caleb Williams. Oh, Jane Daniels up there too. The Trevor Lawrences, like, and then like the notch below
Justin
that
Herbert.
is the Justin Herbert.
Hey, respectfully, Justin Herbert has a more talented player, I think, than Trevor Lawrence is.
You think he's more athletic than Trevor? Now, mind you, I ain't talking about just speed.
I'm talking about arm talent, arm talent. Yeah, I'm talking about arm talent, speed, footwork.
No, but I'm talking about athleticism. We talking
abilities.
about athleticism. Nothing to do
Yeah, that's a
with,
part of your arm talent.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You said arm talent. I didn't hear that. Yeah, so athleticism. You think he's more athletic than Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, I mean, I would put them in the same boat. They're
Bama,
both
do we
good.
think Justin Herbert is just as fast as Drake May? Are they same athleticism?
No, that's not what he said. That's not what he said. That's not what they said.
Athletically, do you think they're the same or similar?
In the same tier is what they said.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah, Bama no ball.
Drake May be moving, baby. He be moving.
I definitely
What about Bo Nix? Is Bo Nix there?
Justin Herbert. Ooh.
Bo Nix in the same tier to me.
Yeah,
Bo
well, I
Nix
think
is
Bo,
athletic as hell too.
Bo is
yeah, they're all of them. But to be fair, early all of them young dudes outside of JJ and Penix.
JJ athletic too, though.
No, but JJ, he ain't the
small,
same.
bro.
Like all of it though. Like they can throw, they can run, they can scramble.
Right now, I'm just speaking on like foot speed and 20-yard shuffle, like niggas who can move them feet, move them
Yeah,
buttons.
I think Jaden, Caleb, and Bo all fit that category. I think Justin Herbert fits that category. Drake May fits that category. Mahomes obviously fits that category. Lamar is the category. Josh Allen fits that category.
Niggas really just said Bo Nix really just a better Tim Tebow. Come on, man. We gotta stop what we doing here, man. We gotta let that go, man.
Jordan Love is more athletic than he presents. He can
He can move a little bit.
He don't run though for real. Like, but he's more athletic.
Patrick Mahomes, sneaky. I just think we live in a time where most quarterbacks are. Now that you say it, most quarterbacks ain't too many statues no more in the league. Yeah, ain't too many statues.
Malik Willis is for sure.
But Malik Willis is upper echelon again. He's up there with Lamar and Justin Fields.
He might be. Is he a 4.3? Is he a 4.3 runner?
I think he's 4.34. Yeah, I think he is a 4.3. He like super fast.
Well, what's that? What's the 10?
Trent Green, something Green. Ain't his name something Green? He back on Mahomes, don't he?
Taylor Green with the arc.
Yeah, Taylor Green. He back on Mahomes.
Caleb Green. Yeah,
something Green.
Now that's another one of them engines. Like if he ever got a chance to actually go.
Oh,
play.
another one we sneaky on CX backup quarterback, the one that Bama hates, the one and only.
Who?
Come on, Bama. Say it.
Quarterback in the league.
Say his name.
Mike is quiet.
He said Mildew.
Hey, is your microphone connected?
Yeah, it's hard to hear you.
It's hard to hear you.
He was saying Jalen Milroe. We talking about.
Milroe Cole too.
Jalen
He's fast.
Right back.
Yeah, AR5 if he ever got right.
AR5 could be Cam if he ever got right, but faster version of Cam, but he'll never get right. Oh, another one. Speaking of the coach, Daniel Jones. Wheels.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Wheels. Damn, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah, he'll run you over too.
Damn, there's a lot of quarterbacks in the league.
What about
All these dudes are big as crap too. That's the other thing. They're all huge. Like they're tall and like bulky.
He's not on that level, but Baker when he healthy, Baker got a little.
Yeah, Baker can run. He got wheels.
Baker be running.
Yeah, he be moving.
It'd be hard to bring Baker down when he's running, bro.
Because Baker he'll end the run with a head dunk. That's his problem.
Yeah.
Now Jackson Dart. Damn, that's only nigga. You know who the only statue in the league might be? Like it might be 5 statues. Dak is a fucking statue. Dak is a statue.
No. Dak is not a statue.
What about now?
Ever since he had that injury, bro.
Yeah, you sound great.
He almost runs. He runs so timid, dog. He runs very.
You sound like a man. Go say it again, man. Talk again. We can't hear you. We can't hear you at all now. What happened?
Now you muted yourself again.
We can't hear you at all.
Can't hear you.
It was great, and then it just went away.
Let me go and come back.
You ain't
No,
got.
it's just
Where,
Bama.
where you going? Yeah, Dak can run. I mean, like I said, all these dudes can run except for Jared Goff.
It's Jared Goff, Kirk, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford can still run.
Yeah,
He
Stafford
don't
still
run.
like that.
He
No.
doesn't run
Give me
anymore.
Like 30. He don't be.
Dak is a
Aaron
statue,
doesn't
though.
do
He
Aaron
do not
used
like
to
to
be able
run.
to. Aaron
Used to be able to take
yeah.
off.
Yeah, but he
Hey,
no.
man, Aaron's
Aaron's
that
biggest
ball.
thing was his footwork in the backfield because he knew how to manipulate that pocket and keep give us up more time. Damn, I want to go through the quarterbacks who statues now.
It's Jared Goff.
I don't know.
Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins, and Matthew Stafford.
Because Kyler can move still.
Of course,
nigga, Kyler is up there with Lamar. And he's the.
Hey, I seen Brock Purdy get 2 or 2s Ring Bar
No,
One.
we'll go. So Bill, Josh is athletic. Willis is athletic for the Dolphins. New England, Drake is athletic. Shit, Smith's athletic for the Jets. Baltimore, we know Lamar. I think when we talk about Bengals, I think Joe Burrow's a statue compared to a lot of these other guys.
No, he's not a
No, he's
statue.
not.
I don't think Deshaun Watson or Shador Sanders are statues, so they got athletic.
Shador's more of a statue than Joe Burrow is.
Yeah, Shador's more of a statue than Joe Burrow.
Rodgers is not athletic. Say go like this Trout can't run. Terrible athleticism.
No. You're not gonna say Shador and then say CJ and Burrow are statues. That just doesn't work, bro.
No. I said Shador's not. That's my. What are you talking about? Shador's a statue.
Shador is more. Shador is more of a statue than Joe Burrow is.
You think he is?
No, he's not.
Shador is slow. He's slow, bro.
No,
he is actually
not
slow.
In the NFL.
He's slow, bro.
Can we run the tape?
No. Shador is slow. I'm not. That's
Can we
not
run the tape? Can we run the tape?
We can't watch tape on here. He's
so.
slow.
He's 4'6", 4'7". That's what it is.
Yeah, he's slow. It's not a bad thing. He just is. He's not a.
I mean,
No time out. No time out. You don't get to just run through topics. First off, you're not even the host. Number one, he is slow.
Hostess with the Moses.
Relative to Joe Burrow and them, he's slow. It doesn't mean anything.
You think Joe Burrow's fast as Shador Sanders?
Bro, I'm telling y'all haven't seen Joe Burrow. Joe can run.
That's the problem. We don't see it because he can't do it.
Man, I wish I could play this right now. I wish I could play this right now, bro.
I can show you some Shador tape.
Man, we gonna
running for first downs, running for touchdowns. Stop.
We're gonna start. We're gonna start in.
Turn the chair around when we talking about Joe Burrow because you're clearly CJ Stroud and athletic. I do believe that we know my man Daniel Jones. We know Trevor Lawrence. Cam Ward is pretty athletic on the sneak.
Yeah, I'm putting it in the chat, y'all.
Bo Nix is athletic. Patrick Mahomes athletic. Do we like Mendoza?
Mendoza can run too, obviously.
Okay. We know. Okay, we talk about Justin Herbert with the Chargers. Now we go to the East. Dallas Cowboys. I think Dak is a statue to me. I think Jackson Dart can run. Jalen Hurts can run. We know Jay Daniels is top of the top. Caleb Williams is there. Again, statue with Matthew Stafford. Jordan Love is pretty athletic. JJ McCarthy is athletic. And, of course, they also have Kyler, so that's not a problem. Michael Penix has the speed. He don't use it, but he has the speed. My boy showed you last year. Bryce can move. What about Stroud? Stroud. What is his name? What is his name?
Yes, he can.
Stroud. Yeah, okay. All right.
Yes,
we know Barry can move. And Arizona, that's another statue. Jacoby Brissett is a statue.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a statue. Matthew Stafford, statue. We know Brock Purdy got them feet. And then last but not least, Seattle.
Turn up your mic.
Me or Bama?
Yeah, could you?
No, Bama.
No, you need to turn yours down. Bama, you need to turn yours up.
What about now?
No, just put it like hold it or something because like we can early is drowning you out. Early going on these runs.
Drowns everybody out.
Let me put myself on.
It's like that old remember that old politician Riddell?
And I'm gonna say this last thing before I get out of here. Sam Darnold is also pretty athletic on the sneak test.
He is too. That's another one that should be running. Yeah, absolutely. Wait, hold on, early. Somebody said it in the chat. RIP, obviously. Who's faster, Dwayne Haskins or Shador?
Dwayne Haskins.
Early, it's a show. Talk.
He's pouting in the corner.
Oh, that pouting stuff is so. Oh my god, that's one of my biggest pet peeves in my life.
I'll probably say they two cheeks of the same ass. They
high key.
You said who?
No, I thought Dwayne was pretty quick.
Haskins and Shador, they damn near the same person.
They kind of, in some way, yeah.
Jameis Winston or Shador?
Well, Jameis, I like Jameis.
100% Jameis.
Yeah. I seen Jameis hawk somebody last year, man. I remember he caught that little quarterback.
Jameis was fast in college.
Jameis is just big as hell, though. He just 6'5", bro. Like,
but Jameis is a mover though. Like he just run wacky. He's just like, you know.
Yeah.
But see, he ran 4.8 coming out of Florida State though. Like,
but on the field he looks faster.
But I think Shador runs a 4.8 too, though. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with you. I'll get Shador 4.8. I'm not.
But there's nothing wrong with running a 4.8. That used to be normal for a quarterback.
I have no problem with them boys being
league,
statues,
man.
bro. Like, I mean, it is what it is. They just can move in the pocket. Like Tony Romo. Tony Romo damn near was a stat, but in the pocket he could move, spin around.
Yep.
You know, step sideways. That's what I think about all of the boys. Like Tyler Show, I wouldn't necessarily classify them movers. You know what I'm saying? Justin Herbert is starting to lose it because he just don't use it at all. So he damn near want to be a pocket passer. Like Justin Herbert is one of them other quarterbacks too. He got nice athleticism, but he chooses to just sit in the pocket and not use it. So it's like shit. He forcing himself to be a pocket passer. Let me see who else. Like,
let me see Justin Herbert. Let me look at his
rushing.
rushing.
Mover, bro, you gotta be willing to move. You see what I'm saying? Like, them boys just take all them boys take sacks. You know, Herbert, Burrow, they go take sacks, bro, instead of just trying to outrun you like Lamar or Murray or.
Yeah, but you don't want Burrow. No, like you don't want Burrow trying to move like some other league because that'll be a nightmare.
Honestly, but Burrow need to do it more.
He does do it. He does do it, especially to get a first down. But the way Bama just described it, I don't want him just. I don't know if I
need him getting out of the pocket, get 7 yards, and slide. But sometimes he'll stand there too long because Burrow is like a precision process. So that's why he holds the ball for too long sometimes, and he gets stacked. Like I watched the 2023 AFC Championship game yesterday again, and I was like, the game was mad close in the fourth quarter. I was like, how did the Chiefs win this game, bruh? Burrow, I'm talking about start the game back to back, sack. Just like, bro, get out of there. Like, bro, sitting here just, we're Boyd, we're Chase, we're Higgins, woo!
Yeah. He do like crucial picks too. Like, that was a bad game from him.
Yeah, that's tough, man. Let me see. Who else is there? But, Bama, the question was, do you think Justin Herbert, could this be the year, if they're healthy, that he could be able to be in the top 3 MVP discussion this year for Justin Herbert?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think this is the year yet. I think he get a little better. I think he will be a little better. But I don't think this is the year he moved nowhere top nothing. It's hard, bro. It's hard. It's in the NFL season. It's gonna be tough for him.
Did that Madison Beer did that video bother you? Early said he couldn't stand it.
Yeah,
So did Kenya.
Haters.
What?
They said too much love. Did you not see the video of him and Madison Beer in training camp rubbing each other's hair?
He got the famous girlfriend.
Yeah.
Shit, bro, he got the juice. He's a 6'6" white boy, long shaggy hair, athletic. He gonna pretty much get any girl he wants, bro. Like, I mean, shit, that's just what happened. That's just normally.
But do you have an issue with him on the grass field?
Quarterbacks usually get the most chicks on the team. Everybody been on the
field. They bring them to the field like that though, and they're sitting on the grass. Like
it was after practice.
No,
it was after practice.
Yeah, it was just after practice. It was just a little get together.
It'd be one thing if it's like only Herbert can bring his girl, but like
everybody can bring it.
Everybody can bring their girls. Like the only reason why we got the image is because it's Madison Beer and Justin Herbert.
Hey, Lou Will used to bring both his girls to the practice court.
That's crazy, bro. Nobody like the lover boys no more. Now, if Justin Herbert was in the club pouring Don Julio on chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Herbert, my nigga, yeah. Yeah,
I don't have any issues with Justin Herbert staring longingly into Madison Beer's eyes after practice.
D-Mac said I do the same damn thing.
I don't have any issues with that. My only thing is people can't act like hypocrites because they complained about 30 seconds of Taylor Swift during their broadcast. If you don't complain about that, then don't complain about Justin Herbert.
They complain about it actually, so.
Yeah, then you're a hypocrite in that case. That's the reality.
It's about both things, though.
That's right.
Well, you talking about during the games?
Yeah, you gotta be consistent about
that's
both.
Not the same thing, though.
It's the same thing.
Oh, man,
it's not at all. I think people are just tired of seeing Taylor on like the slide. Like, you get ready to watch the game, you get ready to go into the drive. This one was like it's after practice, which is perfectly fine. Everybody has everybody got their lady and stuff on the field. Your lady just ain't famous.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Matter of fact, we see George Kittle and his wife before every game, every San Francisco 49er broadcast. Yeah. You can see George Kittle's wife before the game. And they do their little kiss.
They don't show Sierra.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't. Not like that. Not like that. Not like they do.
Sierra don't be going to no bench warmers game no more. When her husband was at the top.
When she was on the Broncos, they showed Sierra
all the time.
I was watching.
They show Josh Allen's girl all the time, Haley.
That's also.
I would too. It's Haley Steinfeld.
That's a problem. I'm just saying they showed her.
What's that? Wait, what's that? What's her character in Marvel? Riddell, what's she called?
She's Hawkeye. Female Hawkeye, but she's Hawkeye.
Yeah,
female Hawkeye.
Yeah, I'm showing Hot Girl too.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, be consistent. That's all. I don't have any issues with it. I don't care.
Shoot, let me be back in the day, and I got prime Whitney Houston. You better show her. I want everybody to see.
He can't get on the field, bro. He just cake, man. Like, hey, I love my girl. Brett can't love his girl. That's messed up. Brett can't.
I mean, it's better showing them in like a positive light versus what they were doing with Travis Hunter. That was.
No, that was insane. They were doing the most. I felt bad.
They was killing Travis Hunter, bro. They was killing Travis Hunter.
They were all over.
She was not.
I've never seen.
Bro, I've never seen grown ass athletes, bro, that could just easily call the man. Everybody just on their phone like they on Player's Choice. You feel me? Making takes about him. I'm like, bro, damn, bro, just call. I know you got his number. You could easily call little buddy.
That is true. Yes, they show Jessica Simpson all the time when Romo in there.
Yep, all the time. Yeah, I remember them days.
Staple.
Shoot, when Cameron Diaz was dating Derek Jeter, I used to see her in the stand all the time. They would be right up there, like
when Derek Jeter was dating anybody.
That
boy had a lineup. That boy had a lineup. That boy had a lineup. 27 Yankees.
Early, would you like to repeat your thing, what you were saying before D-Mac came on the show about regression? And Kenya said the same thing.
Patrick Mahomes regressing.
They're saying he's declining if you look at the last 3 years and all that stuff. And we were talking, Riddell was talking about like coming into the season. What was your point, Riddell? Like you said, if about the Chiefs, what'd you say?
I'd say, I mean, the idea of declining by utilizing the fact that he got injured is kind of just an insane take. So the same Mahomes declining is disgusting. And I think you co-signed it, Swipe. It's just like conditionally his teams in the last couple of years just wasn't up onto par. And it meant like declining performances, but his play, his style, his skill, that hasn't declined.
His deep ball accuracy has declined, though.
Weirdly,
I think that's an overblown stat.
I think it's always been kind of good rather than great from that perspective. And it kind of depends on how well the receivers are reacting to it. Like in 2022, his deep ball accuracy was one of the best in the league because MVS was actually catching him. In 2023, MVS was actively working against him, and so he wasn't able to catch those balls. And so I think his deep ball has always been good, not great from that perspective. So I think that level has kind of been generally the same. I would say declining skill-wise, I would disagree. I think that he's still an elite processor. I think that he still is able to be incredibly mobile. Again, he was operating at his highest levels with his legs.
Somebody's typing. Yeah, so go ahead.
I think he was still operating at his highest level as far as his legs were concerned. Still elite as far as short and intermediate. I think he's gotten better as far as the quick game. Reality is, you could say from the performance standpoint, certainly the numbers have declined within the last 3 years in that aspect. I think it's been a little bit more up and down than people would like to, recognize. I think 2024, he legitimately had, bad struggles for a good stretch to start out that season. Then he turned it on to end, 2024 through the playoffs as far as that was concerned after we got DeAndre Hopkins and was able to reorient kind of our wide receiver core. 2023 was up and down. 2025, I'm sorry, he started out the season. He was one of the best quarterbacks in National Football League. He did have a bad stretch there before he got hurt. I will not deny that as far as that aspect is concerned. And bad relative to his expectations, of course. I think that it's been a little bit more up and down from even the production standpoint that people recognize. Ultimately, the overall numbers season by season will look lesser than obviously 2022 through 2018 will look from that standpoint. But then consistency is it's what I'm looking at as far as the team is concerned. the things that have been going back and forth as far as offensive line is concerned. Obviously, the weapons have significantly declined. The lack of a run game has been terrible from that aspect. So those are the things that I would point to as far as why the production is lower. I don't think that his skills have declined in and of itself.
Yeah, and I also want to say this as a Mahomes supporter for longer than D-Mac even, obviously, because it's ties. I also think Mahomes is still the best of all time that I've ever seen, personally, at their peak. I've never seen a quarterback play better than that. But, yeah, I think the situation – now, the Chiefs are getting gassed like crazy right now by the larger media. D-Mac is not understanding. ESPN and, you know what I mean, like, you know, Nick Wright and all these shows are like, oh, yeah, Chiefs contender, blah, blah, blah. I personally think if you look at this Chiefs roster, they might not make the playoff this year, but that ain't got nothing to do with – is that me? That can't be me making that noise.
I was on mute just to make sure. I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I think some of this is like the Mahomes is still going to be very good, but I do think the situation around him is not the most ideal. Running back room is going to be better with Kenneth Walker. Tight end room is whatever. You know, still good, but, you know, whatever. Offensive line is good. Defensive line is. Linebackers are. DBs are. You know, so it's just like, I don't know what y'all expect. I really don't. They might miss the playoffs again this year, but
which is okay. That's why I think Mahomes should sit out. If Tom Brady could have his year that he got injured and didn't play an entire season, honestly, Mahomes, you can have your year as well. It's fine.
I think for me, I think that the team can't make the playoffs because they have a lot of question marks on the team, in my opinion. They're very volatile at a few different spots that are going to be key. I think that his production is going to be tied to, obviously, the health of these wide receivers, which is a big question mark. And given the fact, you know, She Rice coming back, Xavier Worthy, always going to be a health issue. And obviously we'll see, you know, if they can get things from Cyrus Allen. I don't like the rest of the tight end room because these guys just can't block in line. And that's a very important thing for what we want to do. Obviously, Kenneth Walker is going to be improved and the running back room in general. It's just, for me, I don't think that is crazy to say that the Chiefs could be a 10-win team, can be a wild card team. I think that's very reasonable as far as the predictions are concerned. That's where my predictions ultimately going to land. But for this team to be a title contender, I know that they're technically, I think, top 5 as far as Super Bowl odds. I think that that's excessive as far as that's concerned. And I think that is banking on a lot of question marks getting answered that aren't necessarily the case from that standpoint. I will say these two guys right here, Noah Williams and Mansour Delane, boy.
But I'm telling y'all, that dude right there, I told D-Mac before the draft, he did not want Mansour at that spot. That's about to be an all-pro. He's about to be an all-pro.
He's going to have to be.
Everybody get Mansour on your radar. He was crazy at LSU. He about to be an all-pro. Guaranteed. That's the thing.
I hope
he's replacing like generations of all-pro cornerbacks. So he kind of has to be. I'm not gonna lie.
Not this year. He's not gonna be all-pro this year, but
not year
in the next 5 years,
sure.
he's got to be that. He's got to be an easy top 10 corner within the next 3 years
because
we traded up in the top 10 to get it done, and so that's a draft price that you paid. He's got to be an all-pro type of guy. Now, look, he's not the most excited rookie I'm excited for. Obviously, Peter Woods, who I think is going to, along with Chris Jones and Kyrus Tonga, be, you know, if not the best, one of the best interior defensive line rooms in the National Football League. And then we'll see how the edges come together opposite George Karlaftis. That's going to be a huge question mark. And this defensive line unit in general is going to have to really set the pace for our defense because, again, we still have some back-end questions, certainly linebacker level, certainly safety level that we have to answer too. So but the funny thing is, you obviously Mansour Delane and Noah Williams, as far as that's concerned, that's the guys that I have a little bit less questions about. Because Delane was a very clean prospect. I think that he'll come in and be a good corner from day one. I think Noah Williams already was a good corner last year. And so the combination of both of those guys on the outside, I think it leaves me with very little questions. It's really the spine that's going to be the question mark in the back 7 for me.
I will say this. You know, Mahomes will always have a spot in my heart. If the Chiefs are in the playoffs and they play the Bengals, that's going to hurt. It's going to hurt me.
Are you a Bengals fan?
No, but I want them to win the Super Bowl so I can go to a Super Bowl
Bengals
parade.
agenda. It's a Bengals agenda this year.
It's a Bengals agenda, so
you don't have to worry about
the Super Bowl parade.
You don't have to worry about a Super Bowl parade. That's not going to happen.
You're just underappreciating the greatness that is the Bengals this year. So
absolutely,
you know. When I go to the I'm gonna keep this in mind. I'm keeping all these receipts. When I go to that Super Bowl parade and I see Joe Burrow on that freaking thing, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna send it to all of you.
Send to
what
me.
we gotta say? What we gotta say?
I would be like, damn, bro, you really won your dynasty league. That's crazy. I didn't think you was gonna be able to pull it off, bro. You won your Madden 27 dynasty league. Now you got a Super Bowl coming to Cincinnati, man.
The Bengals top 10 defense. I don't think they'll have a top 10. I do think they could be top 16 this year.
Top 10 is excessive. I think that they can't be top 16 though.
There's a lot of defenses in the league also. I mean, it's just, but they will be better.
Dexter Lawrence is still, a top level interior defensive line. There's just I don't see enough of the pass rush to really get me to a level where they can be top 10.
Hopefully, Mafe can be good. Hopefully, Jahmyr becomes an actual good actual serviceable.
He just got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Hyperextended his knee in like the first 11-11 drill.
I don't know why the Bengals drafted him. I was like,
yeah, I don't know. I can't even give you a good explanation as to why. I can understand from what they saw, but it's like the guy had no sacks at all. Like I don't even think he had sacks since like high school. So I don't know. But I'm high on Cassius Howe. He's my underrated pick to win the rookie defensive player of the year.
All right. Well, so on top of that, y'all, that's all good and great, but there were some huge, and I mean huge, Riddell deals that were signed this week by some really good players in the NFL. And I think the first one that we need to acknowledge is the one who kind of got them all started. Shout out to maybe the best running back in football right now, brother Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson got a 3-year extension worth up to $75 million. That'll now make him the highest paid running back in NFL history. Robinson will receive a record $51 million guaranteed, including $37 million at signing in that deal. Shout out to Nicole Lynn. She's done a great job. Shout out to that black woman that's been elite at this. In the deal that agent Nicole Lynn and the Falcons have been working hard on to finish up in recent days, y'all. So 3 years, $75 million. And he has 37 at signing. So when you get 37 at signing, it means you get 37 cash. And you get $51 million guaranteed, and it lowers your cap hit over the course of the life of the deal as well when you get money up front. But the reason why that's hard, because not every owner can afford money up front. So that's that. But then the literally very next day, Jahmyr Gibbs. Last but hardly least, 3-time Pro Bowl selection Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions reached an agreement today on a 3-year, $67.5 million deal that can be worth up to $75.75 million. That includes $51.5 million guaranteed, now making him the NFL's highest paid running back, confirmed by Athletes First tight agent Todd France. And so he basically got $750,000 more than Bijan Robinson got, which I personally think it's just so poetic, because obviously that's just the way the market works. Shout out to both of them, but not to be topped. Jonathan Taylor, another big running back deal. 3-time Pro Bowl RB Jonathan Taylor and the Colts reached an agreement on a 2-year, $44 million extension that could be worth up to $47 million. That includes $39 million guaranteed on the deal. Taylor's agent, Malky Kawa of First Round Management, and the Colts now have finalized the deal, giving Taylor the largest third contract any running back has received. So when you see all these deals from Jonathan Taylor to Jahmyr Gibbs to Bijan Robinson, y'all, one, do y'all feel like these running backs deserve this money? Two, what did this say about the running back market that we're in now and moving forward?
I think what it says is that if you can have somebody that's at the top of the league in it, then you pay them and keep them, because those guys' impact is being properly valued in what is the modern NFL, where you have to run the ball to be a successful offense. 3 to 4 years ago, obviously this was, we were throwing the ball over the field, and the running back was devalued from that standpoint. And there still is an aspect where it is a little bit undervalued, as a whole. But when you're talking about guys that could be difference makers from this level, Jonathan Taylor, who could be an engine to an offense unto himself, Bijan Robinson, who is a walking explosive play and sets the floor for the Falcons offense, and obviously Jahmyr Gibbs and what we've seen him do for the Lions. Those guys earn that money. And that's what obviously the Cardinals are hoping when they drafted Jeremiah Love. That's what the Raiders hope to get out of Ashton Jeanty. Now, the thing about it is, I don't think that you're going to see anybody try and get to this level. Like, obviously, I know Saquon and Henry could be coming up, but I don't think that they get to this level of money only because of the age aspect of it. So I think the next guys that could be up for it are the Hamptons, the Love, and Genties of the world. So we'll see when that cycle comes around. But all it says to me is like, hey, it's understandable how some of the running back value for the modern NFL got reset, but I think that the overcorrection maybe went a bit too far, and now we are properly evaluating the guys that deserve to be valued at the top of the market that can just flat out be belt out engines of the offense.
True to that, what's the biggest deal? Just for a reminder, y'all, the biggest deal prior to this, because it switched, and it didn't. Was it like $8 million for? Because I know Melvin Gordon got $8 million in what was that? What year was that? 2015, 14, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was that the biggest deal that we were getting at that point?
The Shady McCoy one.
Shady might have made.
It's pretty big too.
Bell was the biggest deal.
And then Bell for the Jets.
Bell got $12 million, but y'all, he got 1 year guaranteed though at that point.
He had to sell his soul.
It wasn't a long-term deal.
It was a $48 million deal. I remember that. That's right,
I just think everything goes in the full circle. Now y'all see these quarterbacks, these saviors, which y'all thinking. I mean, y'all think these boys just gonna be able to throw it all over the field for the whole game, and they devalued the running back on their own. This is what the NFL did. The NFL did this on their own. They devalued the running back. They tried to put all the value on the quarterback. They started paying quarterbacks $40, $50, $60, $70 million a year. Now these dudes can't produce. Now you're talking about, is he having a slump year, a down year? No, he just has nobody to throw it to because you got to pay somebody, but ain't nobody going to work for free. Then you get these young running backs on these rookie deals. You're like, dang, bro, these boys actually are good, but you try to devalue them, making them running backs by committee, and it goes into a full circle. Once you see, like, maybe this dude really don't need another running back to help him. Maybe he actually is that good, and now these boys starting to see their real value again because those are one of the positions that easily can come in and produce. You know what I mean? Because when you're calling out plays, you only listen to certain keywords. So running backs are usually easy, and it's tagged by a number like 28, power, you know what I'm saying? So these dudes can easily come in from college and produce right away. You know what I mean? And then it's not that hard to find. Like, you could see Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Genty, and see them boys and know they'll be great running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, all of that. So I'm glad that they actually got to prove it. Bijan, I'm just upset that guys like Saquon, Derrick Henry, they're never gonna get they payday unless the team.
No, they did. But Saquon, remember, he got the $20 million. So
Saquon didn't get the 20. What
the free agency for both of those guys didn't necessarily represent their value, but when they re-upped this,
he re-upped to 20.
I think that they did get their relative value out of it.
Sorry, just so I can read this for y'all, by the way. So right now, the deals, Jahmyr Gibbs, an annual value. Jahmyr Gibbs is getting 22.5. Bijan is 22.25. And then Jonathan Taylor's at 22. Saquon's at 20.6. Christian McCaffrey at 19. Devon Achane's at 16. He's just signed his. Derrick Henry is at 15. So just for context, like the three that reset all this was Saquon, and he's at 20. Christian, and he's at 19, and then also Derek, and also, to be fair, who kind of lost in the shuffle now is Alvin Kamara. Remember, Alvin Kamara got 17 as well. So there were that crop of players that did get there. But to your point, though, Bama, I know that when we got to that period right before Le'Veon, there was like a whole stretch where you weren't paying for elite running backs more than $8 million. And so it definitely got devalued. And we even had a draft, and D-Mac, early, Kenya, Riddell, like, I don't know what draft it was. There might have been even a draft in the last 10 years, but we didn't get a running back in the first round because of the positional value had been pushed so far back. Do you remember what draft that was? Could J.K. Dobbins went in the second round in 2020, even though he set the Ohio State record for rushing that season. And I was shocked. Derrick Henry, remember, he got drafted in the second round. Yeah, like because people thought that he had too much wear and tear on his body in 2016. I thought that was crazy, Bama, given that he was a Heisman winner and how good he was. So even in that period of time, matter of fact, let me check that 2016 draft, Bama, because
I ain't gonna lie though. It's believable though, because you gotta think about it. Derrick Henry finished off the season with 47 carries and then 43 carries versus Auburn, bro.
So that 2016 year, we got Ezekiel Elliott. That's it. Because he went number 4. We didn't get another running back.
It was 2022 that we had a non-running back, or we had a first round without a running back. 2021 we had the
2024 too.
Yeah, 2024 we didn't have a running back as well. It was not a good running back year.
Sure.
Yeah.
But now I feel like you're.
And then in 2020 it was just CEH that snuck in at the 32nd pick. Obviously.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Off with Swift and Taylor at the top.
And I was also when Bijan got drafted, y'all. I was all for that at 8. I did not think Jahmyr Gibbs should have been number 12 overall at that point because I wasn't as high on Gibbs.
I wasn't as high on that either.
It was surprising because they picked up David Montgomery the same year.
Yeah, so. But I mean, you can't when you identify a guy that could be a difference maker, and you feel like, hey, we like that better than the wide receivers that are available. Well, you can understand. You can understand why.
How much is this to be a little devil's advocate? Because in general, running backs getting paid is a good thing. I agree. But do we think this isn't like an exceptional circumstance because of how good Bijan, Jahmyr, and even JT had an MVP caliber year in the last few years? So these are like top of the talent. And then if we're looking about running backs after them with like the recent draft class, do we think any of them are definitively going to be like superstars you can build your offense around like these 3 running backs are?
I only have 2
here
early.
Here are the highest paid running backs in the league currently.
Jadarian Price.
Early,
y'all go see like.
I don't know about
Jadarian. I don't know about Jadarian yet.
Well, early seemed like he had.
Cook, I like.
Jadarian, you better go watch some film.
Early seemed like he had a disagreement with something. Why would you shake your head, Early?
I just don't think that it's for the reason that those guys are that great. I think most of it came from the fact that it was a time where running backs were getting overused. So they were having like 4 or 5 year great seasons, a la Zeke, and then you were paying them and they were falling off a cliff, which devalued their situation. Then other running backs were coming in 3rd, 4th round picks, were getting good. I think part of the reason why the running backs got what they got this year is because the consensus best quarterback in the league didn't have a running game and they got him injured. And I think that scared people. And then following the Super Bowl, having a running back MVP, I think that opened the eyes of people like, oh, this is a running game first. Even when you look at Josh Allen, when you look at Derrick Henry, it's like if you want your quarterback to succeed in this league, having a good running game like it used to be is the way to go. So I think it just changed the tide. It just changed the narrative. You see guys like Bo Nix that have a running game and get hurt. Like it just changed the narrative. And I think that's really what it is. This past season really probably opened a lot of eyes to say, hey man, we gotta stop paying running backs again.
It depends on the like allocation of resources based off the conversation we're having currently. Like because Jahmyr obviously is an exceptional talent, and very clearly at this point, you can probably say he's the best player on the team, and he can be great moving forward. Bijan is clearly the best player on his team, especially since you don't have to pay your quarterback. And then we got Jonathan Taylor, who's clearly the focal point of the Colts offense. If you're not clearly the focal point, offensive player of the year, carry an elite offense type of caliber of running back, do we think like Genty, Hampton, Judkins, Jeremiah Love is like a question mark? We'll see. Do we think these guys, if they will either get to that, and if they don't get to that, will they get the big contracts?
I mean, all those guys you just named, they just got a bad O-line situation. But if you just,
that's part of the, you know.
But I mean,
well, this is a copycat league.
All them running backs you just named got great O-lines though, to run behind. So I mean,
but they're not going to pay a running back that's unless it's like
talent.
But again, it's a copycat league. In the last 2 seasons, you've won a Super Bowl with a dominant running back, or at least a legit running back having a run. So that's
also the defense aspect of it too.
Well, I do want Bama to finish. I did cut him off. My bad.
But I'm just saying, talent wise, is Jeremiah Love, Genty, all them boys up there can be on that level. Like we could really have a league where it's a 10 legit running backs, bro. Like I could see it coming because it used to the NFL used to be like that. It was once upon a time mid-2000s.
Yeah, everybody had a bunch
of like 10, 12, 15 great running backs, bro. Like so. I mean, I don't get back to that.
Yeah, mid-2000s, you could run for 1,400 yards and be like 8th in rushing.
But this is the thing. I think that there was a volume emphasis from that standpoint for the style of game. I don't think that we're necessarily going back to that standpoint, but I do think that the 3 guys I would say that have the represent talent, Love, Genty, and I would put Hampton over there before I put Jadarian Price personally. because I do believe in Hampton to that level. I think the big thing is like the top of these guys that are going to be engines of their offense. I think they will get paid as such because I think that is extremely valuable. I don't think that you're going to see a 2000s renaissance where you see a bunch of guys getting paid.
23,000-yard rushers or whatever we saw.
Yeah, I don't necessarily see that because I think that it's more so people understand you have to have an effective, explosive, and dangerous run game, not necessarily that you have the entire offense built out of the run game. And I think that that's a big thing as far as that is concerned. The same way I think that there's going to be a little bit of a defense revolution with the Seahawks and what they just did with the Eagles and what they did prior to that, saying, hey, this is what we need to get back to being balanced, not necessarily just emphasizing everything on the offense side of the ball either. So I think it's teams recognizing that they have to spread out their aspects and their pathways to being a top level team a little bit more than they had,
who we can thank for this, D-Mac, is a lot of ways the Chiefs. Because what happened is that once the Chiefs were spamming that offense they were running, and people just like, you know what, the only way we can actually defend the Chiefs now, or then it turned into the Rams, and then it turned into the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, we have to play too high. And what happened is when you play too high, then you mitigate basically anything from 15 yards out. And so then what happened is teams were like, well, that means the box isn't loaded. So what should we do? We should probably run the ball more. But also, if we have more dynamic playmakers out the backfield, now we can do all kind of stuff with the run back. And so now what happened is because of the Chiefs, Rams, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over like a 4-year stretch, everybody went too high, or you just went man-to-man like some teams did heavy. Then you're just like, okay, cool, we're going to use our running back more. And then now you're seeing this resurgence and all these two-way value running backs where you're either Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, and you're just pure rushers, or you're going to be Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs, and some of these other players.
And that's it.
Go ahead.
I got a solution.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
How about we just stop overpaying these mid-ass quarterbacks?
That too.
And that way we'll be able to afford more talent.
That's never going to happen.
That's where I think that this is where I think that this is a piece of it. Where I think that you've seen a little bit more of the mid-tier quarterback contract market. That is something that has come back in vogue as far as a pathway for teams. Where it's like a Sam Darnold was like, hey, I understand we're not necessarily paying this guy at the top of the market, but we feel like we need a better quarterback to get us over the hump. And Sam Darnold represents that from that standpoint. Extending these guys early as far as that so that you can spread out the cap hits. But Swiper, to your point, it's not necessarily that the too high means that you can't throw the ball deep. It just means that you have to pry open the deep pass with different aspects of being able to use tight ends very creatively up the seams as far as that's concerned. Get yourself into favorable looks so that you can block up some of those crazy blitz packages, and then also be able to get guys in behind the safeties from that standpoint too. So like the combination of all of those things all play into it, because if you just go out there with the static 11 personnel, 3-by-1 normal dagger concepts, that's not going to get it done anymore. You have to challenge defenses to come up first, and then you can open up the deep passing off of it. And the best offenses, the McVays of the world, the Shanahans of the world, the Ben Johnsons of the world have understood that is the way to get it done in modern offense.
Yeah, I also think that, I also think that we should thank the Lions in a way, because I think the most important thing about Jahmyr Gibbs' contract is the fact that because he was in this dual back running system, I think having David Montgomery basically added a few extra years to Jahmyr Gibbs' career, to where I don't see him, unless like a freak accident, he is probably one of the healthiest, youngest running backs in the league right now. Like, he doesn't have this major injury history to where you could be concerned 3 years from now, he's going to fall off, he might get injured. I think the Lions did a really good job at, keeping him healthy, because having David Montgomery there took a lot of pressure off of him.
Well, thank Ben Johnson, because he's doing the same thing in Chicago. But
yeah.
I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is ready for carries, but
I don't want him to be the fourth down back either, but I do think because he doesn't have major injuries, he can do it, even though I don't want him to do it.
He becomes an every down back. He won't last 3 years.
Bijan was also like a dual carry back as well with Tyler Algier, and now they got rid of him too, making Bijan like the focal point of the offense. So it is going to be a situation where it's like, all right, you got the big money, and especially for the Falcons situation, there's like there's a lot of inconsistency regarding the quarterback play to really establish a level of like normalcy for the offense, and instead of just relying on Bijan the entire time. When this conversation in particular, the running back position will always have a struggle, because not only is there are teams that were very successful. Like Swiper brought up a couple of Super Bowl teams, but a lot of those teams had running backs that didn't have a high level of skill, but provided production, especially with a deep running back room, with like a team like the Chiefs, for example, and a team with the Bucks where they brought in a running back who was a LeGarrette, and it's like, oh man, he's doing some good stuff for us for this team for the value that we brought him in for. So it's like they can replace a lot of value with running backs that people are not highly coveting. And then, of course, you can replace value with the draft consistently pretty much every single year. So unless you're like top of the top of the top of the top, then that's the only point where it's like, okay, we trust you enough to give you the big bad.
And that's the big thing for me is like, and you look at a little bit of difference. Bijan Robinson did have some work seeded as far as Tyler Algier was concerned, but he's up over 350 touches a year. Jahmyr Gibbs has kind of been a little bit more in the 300 touch range from that standpoint. So there is going to be a little bit.
He's never rushed 300 touches. He's never had 300 touches in his career.
No, he has. He's
You talking about touches or like carries?
I think he had 290.
Touches.
Because we're and I say touches just from standpoint because I think that another aspect of it is if you're, and this is getting to Riddell's point, if you're going to be one of the elite guys, you have to be at the very least good at both aspects. You've got to be a good rusher and you've got to be a good catcher of the football in the backfield. I think Jonathan Taylor's done a lot of work to get better at the receiving aspect to where he's gotten to that level. But you talk about Bijan and Jahmyr, those guys are mismatches out of the backfield, and that's where in a modern NFL that's massive. Whereas in these other teams where it's a little bit more by committee, well, then, okay, we got to figure out, hey, can we get a running back out here that could do enough on the ground, that could do enough in the back, out of the backfield, catching the ball, that can be good in pass protection, and can we put a representative room around it if we don't have that lead guy as far as, that we can trust from that standpoint. And that's kind of the two operations as far as which way you want to go with the running back room. But ultimately, you've got to make sure that you have those skill sets accounted for because that's the way that otherwise defenses are going to be keying in on what you're going to do based on what running back is out there, or they're going to be keying in on what your running back can't do when they're out there and attack accordingly.
Well, my only problem with that is I understand the reason of the value in running backs at one point in time because, again, you needed two of them. So it's hard. If I'm going to pay both of y'all and both of y'all getting almost an equal amount of carries, even if it's 60-40, then the money's going to get spread out a little bit more. The only problem with guys like Jahmyr Gibbs is like you've never had over 250 carries in the season. Now being number one back, Pacheco would just be he'll just be a person that comes in when you're tired. So now we're talking about 300 carries. He's already a 65 to 75 catch guy too. When you start putting him in, when you stop making him be Jamal Charles, bro, the liability that can cause of him getting hurt and then not having a good backup, because at least with Dave Montgomery and Gibbs, if one of them got hurt, the other one could be there. When Montgomery got hurt, Gibbs could be there. If something happens to Gibbs getting 350 touches, 400 touches this upcoming season, damn near, same thing with Devon Achane. Like I fear for him. It's going to be bad on you because now you're paying him, and what's going to happen is going to be a recycle. We're going to pay Gibbs, make him number one back. If he gets hurt or the A-Chain gets hurt, now we're back to, we can't pay these guys now because when we pay them too much, they get hurt on us. So I think it's slippery slope.
It is a question from the standpoint that they have to answer. And that's why I think, and it's why I have Bijan as the best guy in the league, because you look at when you get up 350 plus touches in a given season, and then you come back and do the same thing next year and do even better, then it's like, okay, well, I know that you're that type of bell cow running back that could do so. Even Saquon Barkley, after his historic 2024, took a step back because you saw that there was a little bit lack of explosiveness. Now, again, he's got a lot more mileage than any of these guys from that standpoint because he's been in the league longer. But those are the questions that you do have to answer. Hey, can we give you 350 plus touches as the engine of our offense, like Jonathan Taylor has been able to? And are you going to come back next year and still be able to handle that workload?
But even Saquon, D-Mac, he never had over 300. He never had 300 carries until his 2,000-yard season. He never touched 300 carries.
And he suffered for it.
I think the goal shouldn't really be 300 carries early in the sense. I just think it should just be touches. Because, like I said, going back to the mid-2000s, a lot of the team's mystique was just based off the running back they had. Certain running backs, Jamal Lewis run through you, feel me? And then you go over.
But they destroyed running backs because of them high carries like Larry Johnson. I remember what they did to Larry Johnson. They destroyed Larry Johnson.
But then again, you can go over with how they use Shady McCoy, how they used what's my boy that played in Kansas City? Jamal Charles, yeah. Now they catching out the backfield. They still getting the same amount.
But even Jamal, you're getting 400 touches.
He suffered from it too, but it's very rare. Le'Veon Bell was an exception to that, where he was able to handle it. But it's also
he wasn't though. He wasn't.
He did a good job.
He lasted like 2-3 seasons.
He had more.
God, no offense, guys like Sean Alexander, guys like LT, they were doing it for 8-10 seasons. Even Tiki, like they were doing it for a long time. These running backs like Le'Veon, y'all bring up that did it for 3 seasons. My nigga, that ain't nothing. There were niggas in the early 2000s who was doing it for 8 years straight.
But I'm saying from a consistency standpoint. So, like for example, Christian McCaffrey, if you look at his high volume touch seasons, it's damn near 2 years before he has another one because he even
gets hurt.
Touches to be catching, he still suffers on the back end. So that's where when you get a guy like a Bijan Robinson, that's extremely special to say that you can handle it, and that's why I don't have any issues ever paying a guy like that because like, hey, you've earned it. But that's a very high bar to clear. And saying, hey, can
I think Taylor too?
Do that?
Taylor's another guy.
Jonathan Taylor was able to show it too. Can a guy like an Asher Gentry or Jeremiah Love, Omar and Hampton handle that workload back-to-back seasons? That's where they're going to be able to actually earn that workload.
And then also maintain that production too at the same time.
Absolutely,
and especially
I don't see how they can't maintain that. They got the talent for it. It's just.
But this game is just more physical, Bama. That shit wears your body. Chris McCaffrey damn near has to take a season off every time he has a great season. And his body's so beat up.
I don't like Chris McCaffrey how y'all like him because first off, running the ball. Okay, for running backs, for me, running the ball first. Like, take that right there. I mean,
but he does run the ball more.
His best year was that 1 year in San Francisco.
That wasn't his best year.
1600.
Well, it was his best year, but he's had similar years.
When he was in Carolina, bro, he had 1,300, and then he had the 1,000, bro, what everybody rave over. But it's like, bro,
that's crazy. 1,300, 1,000 is crazy. You're undermining it.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Chris McCaffrey, literally, I've said it before. If Chris McCaffrey was a black man, he would be Marshall Faulk. He would literally be Marshall Faulk. He's a black man, dog. He is literally white Marshall Faulk.
19 touchdowns that year.
Like he's white Marshall Faulk. He's one of the only backs who has 2 or 3 1,000-yard seasons, bro. Not many niggas can give you 1,000 catches. 1,000 receiving, 1,000 rushing. He's done it like 3 times his career.
But that's why I wouldn't put him with Marshall Faulk, is because Marshall Faulk was able to do that, to your point, for years on top of years on top of years. Like Marshall Faulk was 2,310 touchdowns, 2,412 touchdowns, 2,126 touchdowns, 2,121 touchdowns for 5 straight seasons. And that is where you're talking about. That's an all-time great running back in NFL history because you have the ability to continue that.
But that's cool though, D-Mac. But like again, you might have to. See, you doing scrimmage yard, which is cool because Marshall Faulk. I don't think Marshall Faulk ever rushed for 1,400 yards. So he'll give you 13 and 8. He'll give you 12 and 9. He might give you a 12 and 1,000.
Yeah,
that like again, other than the injuries, because if we look at Chris McCaffrey, if you give us at least 4 more seasons, he's going to be a 10,000 yard run, a 10,000 or 12,000 yard running back, and also a 10,000 yard receiving back. Like that ain't a thing. It's niggas who play receiver their whole career. They get 10,000 yards. The boy is 7,500 receiving yards as a running back. He has more receiving yards than Odell Beckham, damn near. Like when you do that, bro, that's a short. If you win that championship with San Francisco, you do another 3 to 4 more years. That's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Even with the injuries.
But that's if you do it, though. And that's if you do it. That's the problem.
I do think it's because I hear you. But CMC is like had similar seasons. But your point is like 5 years straight. And obviously CMC can't do that because of his injury issues. But if he continues his career, because it doesn't seem like he's slowing down. And even if there is inconsistency.
I think he slowed down a little bit on the ground last year.
I mean, for sure. Like I'm talking about slow down in terms of like he's not an elite running back. That's what I'm referring to.
So bad. Wait, so does Christian McCaffrey?
He might can't give me 5 years straight, but if you give me when y'all name up niggas like Le'Veon, and this is one of the things I hate to hear his name because my nigga, you didn't do it long enough. You might have 2 good seasons. When you start looking at Le'Veon's body of work, like nigga, you got just as many seasons as Aaron Foster. We don't get Aaron Foster the same amount of love. Christian McCaffrey has had 6 seasons of damn near 2,000 yards. So my thing is, yes, you're right. He's had his injuries, but if you have a 13-year career and you do 6-7 seasons in a 13-year career of 1,000 or 2,000 yards, like you ain't got to give it to me consecutively. But some guys give it to me for 2-3 years and then never give it to me again. They fall off a cliff somewhere.
Yeah, I mean 4 or 5. I mean, it doesn't really matter though, D-Mac.
It don't matter how often you do it. It matters how many times you do it in a span.
Yeah,
I'm making the distinction.
Got 3 of those seasons, though.
These are 2 different things. Yeah, he has 3 of those seasons. The distinction I'm making is
who
are you trusting? No, it's
not 5. It's only 3
scrimmage is concerned.
Come on, who?
But like he's like
Bro,
1900. It's like right there, 1900.
Yeah, I mean,
bro,
he's
this
got
what
the
we not
1800
finna
year
do.
and
Like,
then
We not just finna give
my
people shit
decision.
just to come on, bro. Like if you gonna be stiff
bro,
on
it's
one
like
group of
50
guys, you gonna be
yards.
stiff
Come on
him,
now.
bro. No,
Come
ain't
on,
no
it's
come
50
Ain't
yards.
no come on, bro. That's what we do, bro. We get these niggas participation trophies, bro. Again, we got
Marshall
years.
folks
I ain't
is
gonna
not
lie,
getting a
45 yards.
trophy
You're
for
being
this,
so
though.
nasty with 45 yards. You're
I'm,
being
I'm
very nasty with 45 yards.
I'm making the distinction.
Shit, take 45 from one of his other seasons and put it there. How about that? Fuck.
One Marshall Faulk has 5 consecutive seasons of that level, and then he has
Yeah,
like
absolutely,
three.
absolutely.
And then he has like 3 more years of the Christian McCaffrey 1800. So it's like we're talking about 8 years. So that's different than what necessarily we're talking about Christian McCaffrey. That's the reason why I'm making that all-time back description. But there's also the standpoint of if you can trust these guys to pay them top level of the market. Having it consecutively does matter, because if you're not doing that, then that means that there's years in between where I'm paying you top of the market and you're hurt. And that I don't know how much I can build the offense out of that from that perspective.
But does it help his? Sorry, I was going to ask you. Does it still help his like first ballot Hall of Fame?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely
okay, even though it's not consecutive.
Yeah. No, it definitely still counts as far as that's concerned. Now, I think I want to say this point. The only thing, as far as the paying point, that's where people will be like, well, do I want to invest this money in my wide receiver 2, who I know is generally speaking going to be healthier and more productive next to my wide receiver 1, or do I want to pay this running back this level of money in comparison to that?
D-Mac, every time you hit your desk, by the way, we can hear it.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, when it comes to Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion, the answer is no, because every year his wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 or tight end is injured. So
he was sacrificing their health for his
yeah, exactly.
But
we gotta understand this though. You understand that in the history of the league.
Real quick, early before you go to that, I wanted to close the loop on what Kenny said, because I think it was an important distinction too. The other aspect of, hey, this running back that we're trusting in this space and time to be able to be the engine of our offense, you then have to ask yourself the question of, can you handle that workload consecutively? Because it's very important if you're going to build your team out of this. Because if you don't, then that's where we get into issues as far as value in the running back position accordingly. I'm sorry, go ahead, Early.
I'm about to say, in the history of the league, and this is why I don't like how we when it comes to McCaffrey, and maybe I'm just a homer because again he played for my Panthers. White running backs don't do that, so I know like we like fuck the jokes and the ha-has about a white, but it's like they don't do that. There's not white quarterbacks who do that, so it do add a little bit of flavor to it. The same way we do for Eminem, it adds a little bit of flavor that a white man in a sport that is not in a position that is not dominantly white can do what he does. In the history of the league, there hasn't. You're great. Some of your favorites having 3+ 2,000-yard seasons from scrimmage is not a thing. LT didn't do it. Adrian Peterson didn't do it. Derrick Henry didn't do it. Emmitt Smith did. Like your favorites, the niggas that you had up here didn't do it. I think maybe Barry, Marshall, Christian McCaffrey. Like those are the 3 guys who had 3 or more seasons of fucking 2,000 yards from scrimmage. Again, that's crazy.
LT didn't share it there though.
No, he didn't actually. He didn't. He's done it twice in his career. Twice.
But
I know, right? And fuck you up. That's what I mean. You think LT did it, but he didn't.
LT has 3 years of 2,000.
But still, for me, with running backs, bro, you could miss me with their receiving shit. I'd rather see a running back that rushed for 2,000 yards. That's a lot more simpler.
I ain't gonna lie to you. In today's game, being able to put a running back in the mismatch, that's nasty, man.
I understand that from a stylistic standpoint, but that's not necessarily realistic.
Yeah, 3 times LT get
Bama. Y'all let Bama finish because his mic is too low. Go ahead.
The difference is, from a schematic standpoint, it's a lot easier just to hand the ball off versus now if I got a quarterback that got to throw somebody else the ball, I don't know what type of quarterback I have. We talking about making it easy on the quarterback. This is just given if you have a bad quarterback, it is a lot easier just for him to hand the ball off, for him to make the defense come up. We can play more play action, all of that, because you are a threat, because it is in the title, running back. It don't say running and receiving back. Now, does receiving the ball make you a little bit more versatile? Yes, it does. But if I got a nigga, all I gotta do is just hand him the ball off and he get busy, give me the dude that I'll give me the Derrick Henry.
you
Now,
feel
y'all
the same way about
so
quarterbacks?
If you would rather have an
Sorry,
Adrian Peterson over the Dan Thomason, bro, you sound fucking insane to me, bro.
Damn
Like, you keep them niggas who can't catch. Keep them.
But Bama, this is the
That's
issue.
what
I don't think it
That's what I got
matters.
receivers for.
I'm
That's
be
what my
honest.
daddy
It do matter.
told me.
It do matter.
That's
I-
what my
no,
daddy even
like,
told me. If you gotta resort to throwing the ball consistently to your running backs, we need more receivers.
But like, what is that?
It's just mismatches.
What does that
Bama.
mean?
It's
I don't
What do you
mismatches.
have receivers for?
But
They're supposed to be able to win their matchups too.
Bama, the reason why Marshall Faulk got the ball out of the backfield in the greatest show on turf,
But because he had the receivers.
The mismatches. They had the receivers. They knew the mismatches they could create with them. And this is where I would just disagree with it. I knew you were describing Derrick Henry, so I'm glad you said his name before I asked you that specifically.
Yeah, no, thank you.
There are
It's not
times
even
when
Derrick Henry. You got
no,
Ben
I'm not
Simmons
saying
that ran for
I'm not
2,000,
saying
Jim Brown,
I'm not
O.J.
saying
Simpson.
But Barry Sanders can
hold on,
catch
time
though,
out,
so that's not you
time
can't say Barry Sanders' name.
Hold on, but
You can say
Bama,
Barry
I'm
Sanders.
talking about in the modern NFL because I think it's important to talk about it in the time capsule that we are in currently. You are right as far as talking about over the course of NFL history, but I think it's more relevant to talk about now, especially in the context of the value of the
Because
running
the
back.
quarterback plays
It's-
boo-boo.
But the quarterback play is important because that is a big part of the modern NFL. So if I'm running out there and I'm designing a scheme and I'm not saying that this is a massive detriment, but I have to take Derrick Henry off the field for certain third downs, that's a problem. That means that his value is limited as far as what he can bring for my offense. Now, he's an exceptional runner. He does those things, but there is a tell as far as defenses are concerned of saying, hey, he's out there. There are certain things that they're not going to do with him in the backfield. That is a piece of what you're talking about from a game plan week to week perspective that defenses will use against you. And again, that's not to say that means that he has lesser value or he's a bad player or anything like that. But it is relevant to mention when you're talking about the skill sets are concerned, because I think you got to have both, especially if you want to be in this standpoint of this modern NFL, because you're leaving things on the table if you don't weaponize the running back out of the
Defenses
back.
are less
Here's
likely
my
to
problem, though,
draft
Bama.
Maybe
Here's my-
if it wasn't effective of a rusher, like what I'm trying to tell you, but when you got guys like Derrick Henry or Adrian Peterson, you rarely find yourself in them third and long situations to where they can't get the ball.
But
Here's
there
my
are
problem.
times
Here's my
there are
problem, though,
times
bro.
there are
That's why
times
they
in
out
which
there.
you do find yourself.
Here's
in
my
those
problem, though.
situations
It's the
and
same
it's
shit
all
I've argued with.
But if we stagger it, you gonna find yourself in those situations. What you talking about a lot less with those guys. What I'm telling you about because of
that
how
is true, but
effective they
eventually
ran
you're
the ball.
going to find
And then
yourself
we
in those.
roll
Here's my
around
problem,
to the-
though.
Then when we roll around to the late hours of the game, don't nobody in the country want to tackle Adrian Peterson or Derrick Henry in the fourth
If you have the lead at the
with
late hours of the
2-3
game,
minutes.
yes.
Even if you
Exactly.
don't have the lead, how many
Here's my
times we-
problem.
No, if
how
you
many
do,
times we
the-
saw where
the-
the Titans did not
Bama.
have the lead earlier?
Can I-
But Bama, this is
in
the
Derrick
exact
Henry's
this is
career.
the exact problem that the
And late in
Titans
the
ran
game,
into
he
versus
busts out
us in the
them
AFC
90-some
Championship game in
runs.
2019.
Can
This
I
is
say
the same problem.
this?
Derrick Henry lost his effectiveness because they were coming from behind by the late stages of that game. That's a problem.
Here's my problem, and I've had the same argument with Trent. Some of y'all niggas just like to see numbers. I've had that. Me and Trent, this is the biggest argument we've had. I'm like, would you rather have a Julio who would give you 1,800 yards in a season with 8 touchdowns, or a fucking Chris Carter who can give you 14, 15, and 17, 18 touchdowns, my nigga? The way you win games is touchdowns. So having a dual back like an LT, that's how you get 30 fucking touchdowns in a season. Because I can give you 15 rushing and 15 receiving. You win games from touchdowns, bro. Fuck, if a nigga got 2,000 yards, but they have a 9-8 record, who gives a fuck? There's not too many times where a guy gives you 20 plus touchdowns in a season at a running back position. Go look at history, and they have a losing record. When you can score touchdowns in different magnitudes, I can split you out in the goal line. I can either go goal line, straight dive, or I can split you out in the goal line. Being able to score in diverse ways at running back is what matters the most. Who gives a fuck if you can have 2,000 yards rushing, and I got a nigga who can have 1,800 yards rushing, but also 600 yards receiving?
That's not true. If you got a running back like Derrick Henry that's running through your face one type of way, bro, that strips the soul of the defense. What did Kirby Smart and Nick Saban say right before they let the hooligans out to go play football? Let's make they ass. You can say all you want to, but this is real ball talk right here. Let's make they ass fucking quit. Let's make them quit.
Like how y'all quit versus Indiana. We know. How y'all quit versus Indiana. We know. We know you know. You want to be a funny guy. You want to be a funny guy though. How did Indiana make Alabama? They dominated y'all in the trenches.
Football. They played man on man. They played big on big, and we're gonna punch you in the mouth, and we're gonna see if you have an answer for it. We didn't do all that little pretty sedity shit. What you talking about? Oh, I'm gonna throw the ball over here. No, we gonna run this shit slap down your throat. I got the fullback right here. He telling you running through this gap. He's telling you we running through this gap in the fourth quarter. Oh my gosh, collision! You didn't stop it, so now you're going back over there, coach. We got to do something else.
But this is the NFL, though, Bama. So 9 out of 10,
yes.
we both big.
This is the man's
You have to
game.
out-scheme each other.
What did Ray Lewis say? This is a man's game.
So,
Let's
Bama,
see if
what?
they going to be able to play for 60 minutes of pure chaos.
What happens?
Put hands on them.
Bama, what happens when we're equally Bama? What happens when we're equally matched? What happens when we're equally matched, but I can out-scheme you? What happens when we're equally matched, but I can out-scheme you? I have to be smarter than you. When there's a close game, the coaching is what matters. So me having a running back who can split out wide and I can out-scheme you, that's how I beat you.
I don't care. It's not about scheme. It says something.
How the fuck is it not about scheming and we're a close match?
Else when I can run a basic play, 45 lead, and still get yards.
That's
bullshit. Still picking up first.
Do you know why the Chiefs beat the 49ers in 2023? Do you know why the Chiefs beat the 49ers in 2023, dog? Because one coach outcoached the other one. Like coaching matters and having different matchups and different schemes matters.
Everybody, hey man.
You want to play 65 fucking Jim Brown ball all the time. That's not how you play ball today, bro.
It ain't run the ball, but at the same time, I'm not.
Well, name me. How about this then? Name me a top 5 running back in the league today who can't catch the football.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's top 5 no more. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
He's not in my top 5.
You can sit there and try to be.
He can't be. He can't be. The niggas y'all be naming, he can't be top 5.
Okay, but early you're doing all of this. But Derrick Henry's best seasons, he still gives you 16, 17 touchdowns.
He does. I think that's the thing for me that I would disagree on Bama from the standpoint is you absolutely have to try and dominate a team in the trenches, and that in running the ball to be able to do so with taking their soul is absolutely a big piece of it, especially being able to stay on schedule. Certainly an aspect of it. My distinction is that you have to be a good catcher of the football out of the backfield. You have to get to the level of JT. You have to get to the level of James Cook, where I thought that he was a good catcher of the football last year.
Look at Kenneth Walker last year.
So that way it's not as easy for defenses to try and target you accordingly and say that your offense is too siloed when you're on the field as far as that perspective. That's the level that I think you have to get to from catching the ball in the backfield, because these guys can run the ball at an extremely high level and do the things like Bam was talking about of taking defensive souls over the course of a game. You just have to make sure that you have the versatile skill set in addition to that, so that way you're not giving any type of tells to the defense, in my opinion. That's the thing that I value about the running back. You don't have to be a Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. You don't necessarily have to be that level of mismatch, but you do have to have a dynamic ability to take advantage of space and catch the ball doing so that way it's not a tell for the defense, in my opinion.
But if you're Derrick Henry D-Mac, the possibility of you dropping a screen is a fucking thing. You drop screens sometimes, my nigga. That's a thing.
I mean, to be fair, Derrick Henry has housed a lot of screens in his career. Like he actually he's been one of the better ones.
And he'll drop some when they matter.
It's not necessarily like he can't catch the ball in the backfield. He can't catch it. It's not to the level, in my opinion, where it's clearing the bar of saying, hey, it's not as siloed for a defense to key in on of saying that you're coming off the field when we're trying to pass the ball.
Bama, if you're at the 1 yard line, got to score a touchdown to win the game. You ran the ball 3 times. You were stuffed. First down, second down, third down, fourth down.
He's running it.
Are you running it again?
He's running it a fourth down. You know who Bama is.
He's running it again.
And Bama, if Seattle had you as coach, they would have 3 Super Bowls.
But bullshit though, real shit. I call a timeout right now. I bring everybody over to the huddle, bro. And this is where I motivate you. This is where I put the controller in your back for you to believe in yourself, to let you know I believe in you. Now I'm finna get my fucking center. I'm finna get my guard. I'm finna get my fullback, and I'm finna get my running back, and I'm really finna talk to them. I'm finna preach to them. I'm grabbing them in their helmet. Everything is on y'all right now. Everything we worked for back in June, back in July, the dog days of August. Right now, this is where we need y'all to do your job. Right here in this gap, the A gap. This is where it's finna go down right now. It ain't no secret. Everybody know what's going on. This is where I need y'all to put your big boy bootstraps on and get us to pay dirt. We need y'all right now. This is where we need.
This is when you motivate them, Bama. You gonna motivate a nigga to get 1 yard?
Motivate.
What are you, Al Pacino? What is this? Any given Sunday? This is a movie.
This is what I said, bro.
Mike Tomlin,
salute to Mike Tomlin, bro. We don't run from coaching around here. We run to coaching. So this is where we go coach these guys. This is where I let you know. This is why I pay y'all the bucks.
That extra speech gonna get them to get that 1 yard, huh?
And they go pick that shit up, bro. And right when we walk off this bitch, they go pull the Gatorade on me and they go be like, "Thank you, coach, for believing in me."
My nigga, this is not a movie. What you watch Rudy before you got here?
I done played this shit before, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. This not no movie, bro. This is real shit, bro. This is what goes on.
You can motivate a nigga all you want to. If I have a better D line, I bet you won't get through.
You'll be surprised.
If I got a fucking Aaron Donald and a Miles Garrett, I don't give a fuck what your pep talk you gave me. You gonna lose.
The game is 90% mental.
Shout out Rudy, man.
You're
gonna lose.
If I could trick you into thinking you can run through a brick wall for a split second, I'd have won, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
So you're gonna manipulate your players to run through a brick wall?
That is
That's what coaching is.
He gonna pull up Michael Jordan. He gonna slap secret stuff on a water bottle and pass it around the locker room.
You
At the same time, coaching is like realizing when something doesn't work and like doing something else.
Yeah, do something else.
But Riddell, imagine this, Riddell. Imagine being able to run it 2 times on second and on 1 yard line, running on first down, run on second down, third down, then you're gonna run it. We throwing that bitch out. Touchdown. Imagine that. Scheme. Outsmarting the defense.
If we lose in the game, that's different. Yeah, that's way different. But you just told me a situation where if we score a touchdown, we win. So obviously the run has still been working. They just stopped us on those 3 downs in that situation. So now this is where I go back to what I said. What got us here? If I'm the coach and the run game got us there, we die with the run game. If we don't get it, we live and die with it because that's who we was before we came up in here. Because if we wasn't a passing team and we go out there and throw the ball, bro, like for instance, when Andrews dropped the ball, they could have just gave it to Derrick Henry from the 2 right there because he was hot that game too. It leave a bad taste in your mouth because
I'll give you that with Seattle.
They here running the ball. We got here a lot of Ravens. We got here running the ball, and then we lost doing something that didn't get us here. So I would rather lose doing something that got me there. Now, if we're not a running team early, of course, I'm going to pass the ball. I'm going to do something else. But if we are a running team, I'm talking about a running team, chat, there's no way you can tell me on that 4th down, you don't run. That's what got us here.
And if you are a running team, Bam, I'm going to tell you what a wise man once told me. If you want to beat a man, you attack his weaknesses. If you want to break a man, you attack his strengths. So if you are a running team, but you can't run the fucking ball on me, I will demoralize you mentally. I'm gonna let you know you can't do that on me. So now, what else you gonna do? What else you gonna do?
If you're in the modern NFL, you can't.
That was the Ravens against the Chiefs in 2023.
You can't be a running team. You can't be a passing team. You got to be able to do both. The Seattle Seahawks last year, they were able to throw the ball when they needed to. They were able to run the ball when they needed to. You can't. It's just the NFL doesn't work that way. At least not in this year. You can't just be one of those 2 things. You got to be able to do both. And that's where when you get into the playoffs, these things get exposed because if you've got a significant weakness, then teams are going to be able to game plan accordingly and take advantage of it. You've got to be able to adjust and have multiple avenues of attack.
Yeah, Bama, like I do think you can make the argument that it's a mental game for sure. I mean, it has to be being as physical as football is. But I think you also realize that it's also a tactical game. It's like chess where you have to make the play, you have to out-coach, you have to out-scheme the other team. And in this situation where you're kind of doing the same thing over and over again, that makes things a little bit easier to scheme. Wouldn't you agree? It makes it a little easier to predict.
But when it's running the ball, you can run the ball over and over again because that game within itself is very physical. If I'm running the ball on you over and over and over again, that means I'm padding your fucking pockets. I'm taking your fucking lunch money right now.
That's if you're getting gains. If you're not getting gains, we've seen teams be in the negative, rushing the ball, and they stop running that bitch. Because, like, dog, we losing because of this shit. We've seen it happen. A running back go 12 carries for 3 yards. It's like, all right, bro, stop running the ball, bro. This shit over with. Like, we've seen teams do that. Again, if you're making those games, you're right, Bama. If you already doing it, cool. But you're going to play against teams in this NFL that you can't run the ball on. So having a running back, you can maybe split out sometimes and do a little something in the passing game could change the whole dynamic of the game.
Oh, I mean, I just had a receiver that could change the dynamic of the game too. Like,
respect.
because I just feel like everybody got a duty. Don't get me wrong; it's nice for running backs to have hands, but if we got to rely on the running back catching the ball out the backfield,
going back and forth.
what are you niggas over there? Because this is what I'm saying. If we going down, I'm talking about if we a losing coach. Okay, we losing. All right, he catching the ball and running the ball. Well, what the fuck are y'all doing? What am I paying y'all for? Like, why am I paying y'all?
So we can have a high octane offense. There's no weaknesses. Imagine a team with no weaknesses. No one has weaknesses on this team.
But we lose,
basically.
You said so because everybody.
The Rams right now on paper.
Now Kyron Williams can't catch.
Oh,
true. They got Blake Corum.
Forgot about him.
Fine.
They got Puka and Devontae Adams. He really ain't got a catch.
They can. Kyrie can receive the ball up.
All right. Just for the sake of time here, I want to make sure we get into this as well because this is one I know is going to be a little controversial up here. Zay Flowers just got a 4-year, $140 million extension that includes $108 million guaranteed. And when you look at the highest paid, and we maximize this for you all because I know some of y'all can't see, the highest paid wide receivers in football, Zay Flowers.
I cannot see none of that.
All right,
ridiculous. All right.
There you go.
There we go. I got old lady eyes. Thank you.
Jackson Smith and Jigba just signed his deal, $168 million, basically guaranteed. In value, $120 guaranteed. He's at 42.1 per year. Jamar Chase is at 40.2 per year. Drake London is at 35.2 per year. Justin Jefferson at 35. Now Zay Flowers is now at 35. Now I will say this because everybody's going to see that
Wilson
number.
there too?
Yeah,
Garrett Wilson, he got his deal last year.
Damn.
Yeah, 32.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zay Flowers now the 5th highest paid player among receivers in the NFL on a per year basis now. Has $108 million guaranteed. But I want to share this as well because people are asking, what does Zay Flowers do in particular that makes him so good? Now, if you go to some of the statistics that just track overall value for receivers, there's a great website that you can go to here, Summer Sports. You can refine it by routes run versus man coverage versus zone coverage, non-garbage time, when leading. So non-garbage time, if you want to see how good Drake May is, you take out garbage time stats and it'll help you see the picture right. Right now, Zay Flowers, though, versus man coverage last year in terms of targets per route run was at 0.29 targets per route run versus man coverage last year and actually performed very well, had a 37 total EPA as well versus man coverage.
He's a hell of a route runner.
He is not maybe a tier 1 talent, but Zay Flowers on the year, if you just look at his overall numbers, while it might not be something that necessarily on paper pops just because he's 5'9", 25 years old. He doesn't have the traditional number 1 wide receiver archetype. But last year, nonetheless, y'all, and this is with an injured Lamar Jackson, had 86 catches for 1,211 yards and 5 touchdowns and was elite versus man coverage this last year. Now, I know the money is still a lot because, once again, if you look at this list, saying that you're paid the same amount of money as Justin Jefferson for a lot of people has been the point of contention. But this is just where the market goes. And amongst these players, he's also the youngest amongst these players as well. So with all that stuff, with all that in context, how do y'all feel about Zay Flowers getting this deal? And do you think that's something that's going to age well for him in particular?
Zay's 26. He does not look that old. I mean, I guess he's still. I know we don't value Pro Bowls, but at the end of the day, he's still a 2-time Pro Bowler. I mean, he had the leverage to go in there and make his case. He's still one of the best wide receivers in Ravens history. But I think it's not the fact that he's getting paid more than some wide receivers. It's the fact that he's getting paid more than some players, period. He's getting paid more than Fred Warner. He's getting paid more than what's the safety on his team? I'm blanking on his name right now.
Kyle's not up for it, though. Kyle's not up for an extension yet.
Yeah, he just got
it's a little weird, but I can understand it from where his agent is coming from. They had the leverage to be able to pay him that much.
Not really, but
Zay wouldn't be a top 10 receiver for me personally, but I think that when
is he even a number 1 to you?
Yeah.
He puts up the numbers, but
I think he's number 1. When you look at his role specifically for that Ravens offense, it is very, very important for his ability to beat man coverage and then also be valuable versus zone coverage. And you look at the percentage of average annual value at the time of signing as far as relative to the cap, he's still outside the top 10 of that. He's down there with Garrett Wilson and Terry McLaurin in that perspective. And that's always, I think, something that people don't look at, that's a better value as far as contract comparisons are concerned, because everything is all about timing in that aspect. I think the thing for Zay, because he is a very good wide receiver and because how value he is to the Ravens offense specifically, I think he did earn this level of contract. And I think when you look at the structure of it, the fact that they're tacking it on to the last 2 years of his rookie deal as far as that aspect, and it's a little bit more spread out too, I think that it's a fair deal for both sides. I think he got certainly a very lucrative contract to represent what he's been able to do the last 2 seasons. And I think the Ravens were able to lock up their number one pass catcher by far on that team to be able to continue on and be a contending team. So I don't have any issues with the value that they gave him personally.
I don't know. When you speak about him being like their number one pass catcher, something like that, like I respect that. I actually like Zay. When you watch the film on Zay, don't like him off the press. He's like almost like a high-end Lee Evans, if you know Lee Evans. I think he's the guy that he's the number one until number one comes on the team, and then he immediately moves to number 2. And that's my only problem with Zay. I don't think Zay is a true number one. I don't like Zay versus number one corners that much. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the reason why he gets open is because, one, he's very shifty and can run routes, but the running game is so dominant too. So a lot of times you're getting that one-on-one coverage where other number one receivers are sometimes getting shaded, and that's all.
He also just got injured too, which really sucks. Like he literally got injured the day after.
Yeah, he day-to-day right now in training camp. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's the other aspect of it is, if you want to replace Zay Flowers as your number one, you're probably going to need to be picking top 15, and the Ravens don't want to be picking top 15. And that's also going to be a piece.
No, how about this? Would you say, respectfully, if the Ravens would have said, hey, look, we're going to go get Jalen Waddle, you think Waddle's a better receiver than Zay Flowers?
Right now?
I would say no, to be honest with you, no.
I think on that team,
I think that they're very close, though. I think that they're very similar tier, though.
I just think they provide the same thing on that team. Like if we just think about roles, what role Jalen Waddle, he'll just be in that same role, like 1,200, 13.
I think Waddle's a better deep threat. I think Waddle's is faster. I think Zay's a little shiftier, but I think Waddle's is faster. I think Waddle has better hands than Zay Flowers. But I get you.
I think they have similar level of hands. Waddle is a better deep threat. I think Zay's a little bit better in the intermediate, but both of those guys, in my opinion, are low end 1, high end 2s. But when you're talking about the value for a specific offense, then I understand why you pay a Zay. The same way I understand why the Broncos traded a number 1 over or a first round pick to go get Jalen Waddle, because that's a level of value that these guys have. Whereas a guy like Cortland Sutton, I think, is very squarely a number 2, where it's like, all right, well, you pay that guy, it's a little bit more than I would be willing to go to.
I was hoping they'd get George Pickens, but that's not going to happen now. That was my hope for next season for the Ravens, was they get George Pickens, but not if they just paid Zay this type of money.
And honestly, Lamar probably wanted his boy Zay to get paid as well.
He showed up to work. Shout out to Trent. My boy was on a little bit of a bender last night, streaming video games and whatnot. Shout out to my boy Trent. What's up, big boy? What up, shout out?
He was on a bender. It was crazy.
What's good though? That's talking about Zay, right?
Yeah. How do you feel about the deal he got?
I mean, he deserved it. Like, it's not about like the I mean, it's just what his expectation was as a first round pick, and he met him. So you sign him.
That's true.
Yeah, it's just the market. You can't blame him for the market.
And he had 800 his first year, then he
800 his first year, 1,000, and then 12. He's gotten better every year. Like so,
yeah.
like you know what I'm saying, like at the end of the day, bro, he got signed. No, it's because he's the highest paid. He's gonna be in the top 5, bro. That's just gonna go. It's every year. He's
gonna be number 12 in 2 years.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm not like. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping about
because when that Justin Jefferson contract went out, that shit was crazy.
They shouldn't even be the number 1 highest paid either. So
yeah, I mean DK Metcalf is like 2 slots below him, and DK is cooked. So.
That's a bad contract, boy. That didn't age well.
He just hasn't honed in on his
bro.
The athletic ability he has.
DK cooked, bro.
I don't know how he went from what he looked like in 2020 to now. That shit ass, bro.
And I really thought with Aaron Rodgers he would be better, bro. He don't run the routes. He really just he's a good yak guy. But that's it. He ain't even a good deep threat, bro. Because you can't track the ball with. I'm so mad. I literally shot my mouth if DK had a real quarterback. He would have to be TO like.
Oh, that's not It's okay.
I apologize.
You're talking about him being better than AJ Brown, bro. Like that shit was fried.
Nah, that's about DK just have no. It's not just
DK. Like, he don't love the game, man. He don't love the game.
That's just crazy. But the Zay Flower contract.
I disagree about DK. I think he's a really good wide receiver. I don't think that Aaron Rodgers.
Really good wide receiver. What?
Really good. Really good.
Wide receiver. No,
really good and strong.
We're not saying
he's not even better than Pittman that came to the team today. This offseason. He's better than Pittman.
I like him better than Pittman, but he's a number 2. He's a high end number 2. But he doesn't fit what Aaron Rodgers is doing, and now because Aaron Rodgers has to operate out of the quick game so much so that there's the combination of both of those guys just doesn't go together. That's the reality about it.
Do we think DK better than Pittman or Trent?
No, I don't.
Yes.
I think I like.
If it's close, it's not a good thing. Even if it's close, it's not a good thing.
Pittman's not even the number 1 on his own team anymore.
How I used to talk about?
Yeah, Pittman got traded because he was no longer than one in his own squad. So like Pittman's a good player, but
you talking about deep threat?
Pierce was
better. Peterson he was a better receiver than Pittman.
I think Downs is better than Pittman too, and Tyler Warren is better than him too.
Yeah. To be fair to Pittman, he was coming off an injury. That was like a back injury or something like that.
Yeah. And Pittman's a good wide receiver too, which is I don't think he's as good as DK.
But what does DK do good? Other than what does DK do good, Matt?
He's still a phenomenal defense.
He doesn't catch the ball a lot of times on deep threats, on deep balls.
Yeah, but that's just his hands though. His deep ability.
When you're talking about the deep,
but if you I don't care how open you get, if you can't catch the ball when you open, who cares?
That comes with the hands part. You want to say his hands is mid? Okay, cool.
But can you be a deep threat if you can outrun people, but you can't catch it, even outrun people? I've seen deep threat. I've seen DK drop. I'm talking about open balls. Like I'm burnt everybody.
I've seen DK blur a lot of people, so that goes hand in hand.
Yeah, but if we're talking about like the play style fit, then Pittman with his ability to catch and he works more in the intermediate will be better with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it fits better with Aaron Rodgers because he could do some quick game stuff. That's the thing for me as far as this is concerned. When people criticize DK as far as the production aspect, I'm like that the stylistic fit just isn't there with him and Rodgers. So. I don't know what people expect.
That doesn't make you really good, though.
No, it's fine. But
35. Where does DK go at 35?
If you put him with a guy like Jay Daniels, who understands how to stand in the pocket longer and be able to get things down the field in the intermediate areas of the field, then that would be better. The stuff that Nico Collins is excelling at now, he's not as good as Nico Collins, not as good as a Drake London. But you're talking about being able to isolate on the boundary and still win down the field as far as the kind of the deep dig stuff. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that he could do. It's just the quarterback can't do that stuff.
If it's 3rd and 5, what is he go in the hierarchy of getting the ball to him? Because is he over Fairmouth or Darnell Washington? Is he over Darnell Washington at 35? If you need to get the ball to a receiver?
Yeah. Yes.
Darnell Washington
is crazy.
Very easily.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Darnell Washington.
Darnell Washington early.
Darnell Washington on 3rd and 5 is more dependable than DK.
I'm giving it to Roman Wilson on 3rd and 5 over DK.
That's crazy.
Shout out
Roman Wilson is cooked.
Shout out Roman Wilson.
Yeah, Darnell Washington is a boy.
Damn, I wish I used my last conversation.
Darnell Washington, the demon on 3rd down.
Yeah, crazy, man.
And let me ask you this, Trent, while we're here too. We also went over to Bijan's deal, got $75 million, and he got $51 million guaranteed. Then Jahmyr Gibbs also got $75 million, but Jahmyr Gibbs is making $750,000 more over the course of the life of his deal to become the highest paid running back ever. But then Jonathan Taylor got the highest paid 3rd contract running back ever, $47 million potentially, but $44 million with $39 million guaranteed over a 2-year stretch in that deal. How do you feel like those deals are going to age out?
All of them deserve it. Like literally, Bijan Robinson, they were saying he was generational coming out of college. I wasn't saying that. I was just saying he was the best, but he was obviously compared to Saquon. He hit his expectations. Jahmyr Gibbs done because people hated Jahmyr Gibbs clip. We literally have a viral clip on Player's Choice when me and G-Baby said they took Jahmyr Gibbs at 12, and that shit went all crazy viral. And look what he's done. Jonathan Taylor, same thing. They deserve it, bro. Like,
I've been a fan of Jahmyr Gibbs since Georgia Tech, so I knew.
I say there's no.
I was the only person that won, man.
Yeah, but Ben was the only person who.
Why would you
literally
biases? But literally though. But like that's what I'm saying. Though, like they all deserve that shit though. I'm just mad I missed the comment that y'all was talking about though.
About what?
I'm mad I missed it because y'all was talking. I'm mad that I missed the comment about what y'all was talking about.
Which part? Which combo?
Like who would you rather have and prefer? Because I'm more lean towards the Bama side. But I see your point, but it's just I think it depends on who you talking about and who you want your offense. Because like the way how early be talking about, he like let me ask you early. Would you rather have a CMC or Adrian Peterson?
But that ain't the same level though. I'd rather have an LT than an Adrian Peterson. They go top of the top. LT over Adrian Peterson any day of the week.
Any day, I disagree. But that's not great. I disagree though. I wouldn't.
Well,
why? I do everything you do, but I can catch. I do everything you do. But
the thing is, though, LT don't do everything that AP do, though. He's not more of a demoralizing runner than Adrian Peterson. He's not.
Demoralizing not. I'm a better red zone threat. I'm a better red zone running back than you, rushing the ball. I'm way better than you, actually. My vision is just as good, if not better than yours. Like, LT was 200 yards away from 2,000.
Stop. You're saying, you're saying the whole 30 touchdowns, because if you look at LT season, Bama, literally, I think 28 of his rushing touchdowns came in the goal line. Bro, exactly. Yeah, you can put Adrian Peterson and do the same shit with him, bro. That's not a difference, bro. Don't act like stop. It's a 5
never has though.
With Olin
never has though.
All them demon like O-line, bro. Don't do that.
Y'all created again. Adrian Peterson is one of the greatest running backs of all time. But like y'all have created this narrative.
What are you saying? Yeah, but you create
like, a bro, fake calm down.
But you create a fake narrative about this for 6
7 years. Ain't no fake narrative about LT.
It is.
There's no fake narrative about Lane Thompson.
You literally on my pod literally said that Adrian Peterson had a lot of gaps. That doesn't even make any sense. For 6-7 years straight, he was the best running back in the game. There's no gaps in his game. There's no gaps.
I didn't say no. I didn't say.
You said he had a lot of gaps in his.
No. I said that compared to LT, because LT was the best back in football for like 8 years straight. I said compared to LT. I said LT didn't have no gaps.
Adrian Peterson was the best for 6-7. What's the difference? One more year, bro. You really about to gas that? One more year?
All I know is there's no way. Again, if you take it. AP over LT. I just don't.
I've literally seen Adrian Peterson by himself with no receivers, no quarterback, carry a whole team in his playoffs. Yes, I would rather have somebody, because just imagine Adrian Peterson with receivers.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
Imagine Adrian Peterson with Antonio Gates.
Is he gonna stop him from fumbling, or is he gonna be able to catch the ball with those?
You're an Eric Dickerson fan. Watch out. You're an Eric Dickerson fan. Watch out. Don't talk to me about fumbling. You're an Eric Dickerson fan. Don't do that. It's just like I said. It just depends on who you rather have in the offense.
Well, to be fair, your AP got second team All Pro. That's because Arian Foster and Jamal Charles made first team, and they both had basically 2,000 yard seasons with 468 receiving yards in Charles, and then Arian Foster had 600 receiving yards.
Yeah, Arian Foster had 16. He had like 1,600 rushing yards, 16 TDs, and then he was a great receiving back. Like, of course, but like it just depends on who you talk about and when this is, bro. And I lead towards more on Bama side. I'm not gonna lie. I definitely lead towards more Bama side.
I would take
an LT Adrian Peterson than 95% of the running backs ever play a game.
I would take a Marshall Faulk
Adrian Peterson, one of the greatest running back of all time.
Who's the same level of Marshall Faulk? I would take a Marshall Faulk over
if Barry Sanders don't exist, Adrian Peterson is the best running back ever. But I think he's the second.
What?
That's not a thing. That is not a thing. That's not a thing.
Why is it not a thing?
You think Adrian Peterson is the second greatest running back of all time?
Yes.
Bro.
Why would I not?
You're such a kid.
I'm not a kid.
That's not a crazy thing.
You're a kid too, though. We know how you think. You're a kid too.
Okay, if I say I'm a kid, you're old. I'm a kid. You're an old head. What's the difference,
bro? There's no way you're telling y'all.
Early, you're barely older than me, by the way.
I'm not old. But I'm just saying, there's no way you niggas think Adrian Peterson is the second greatest running back, only behind Barry Sanders.
Yes, I think he's the second best running back to ever play the game.
I think he's top 5. I'm just saying it's not crazy if you put him 2.
I think he's the second best running back to ever play the game.
I don't understand when did he get better than LT. Anyway, like when did he get better than LT?
Like I said, I'm gonna take
LT your top 5.
I'm gonna take
LT probably number 2. Like he probably number 2.
I'm gonna take AP being the better rusher. But the thing is though, because this is what I'm gonna take AP being the better rusher. And you talk about the receiving gap, like he just couldn't do anything at a receiving gap. He literally could. He can do a chip and release. That's all I need him to do. He can take a screen. That's all I need him to do.
That gap is there, right? It's a hell of a gap, though, right?
I don't need Adrian Peterson running routes. I don't need it. I have receivers. I don't need Adrian Peterson running routes.
I wouldn't put Adrian.
I don't need him.
I wouldn't put Adrian.
I didn't see Adrian Peterson catch a curl, truck a defender, and run 60 yards.
Yeah, anyway, what you about to say, D-Matt? You went for Adrian Peterson?
I wouldn't put Adrian Peterson over Walter Payton.
Me neither.
I wouldn't do it for O.J. Simpson.
No, but you can't.
He does.
You know how Trent feels. You know how Trent feels about that.
Trent gonna shit on everybody that ain't. That's so that's what he does.
I think that's
Trent.
Stylistically.
When you start bringing up Jim Brown, and I'm just like,
stylistically, I think I do prefer LT and Marshall Faulk more than Adrian Peterson. But I can
Same
understand
here.
why people would say Adrian Peterson. I understand that.
I have no problem with you doing that, but to say it's crazy to do that, bro, that's not crazy at all.
But when did LT become? I mean, when did AP become better than Walter? When did he become better than Marshall Faulk? Like I get the Emmitt Smith shit, even though Emmitt Smith was great. I know y'all hate Emmitt Smith, but them numbers are.
Bama has known me since my dread's been up here, bro. I've been saying this since 2022, bro. I've been saying that AP is better than Walter Payton. I've been said that.
Swiper, if you get 3 great years, you going AP or you going your boy? You going
AP?
Yeah, going AP. Yeah.
My dog.
Terrell was still elite for 5 years, but no, I'm still going Adrian Peterson. Yeah. He should have won MVP in 2012, but he had the narrative.
You said he shouldn't?
No, I mean Peyton was obviously better than him that year, but I understand why he won.
He was though.
Yeah, I don't. That's not even a hot take.
It was literally off the ACL, bro.
Peyton,
if it ain't the ACL, he has the same team about the ACL. He don't win it.
Adrian Peterson was the best player in the world that year.
Yeah,
he wasn't. No, he wasn't though.
Yes, he was.
No, because Peyton Manning had 39 TDs that year, and just for context, he took the Broncos to the 1 seed in the best offense that year as well. So I think the difference was it's like obviously Peyton's a quarterback, and then went from
it was literally.
Yeah, they both were comeback player of the year. So like,
I tore my ACL with 2,000 yards. That's
6 months.
No, that's not. It's not.
It was crazy
for sure. But doing that on that garbage ass.
No, I know. I'm aware, but that's a narrative that would. I know, but that's the narrative that work with it. I'm not saying it's a bad one. I was 21 when this happened. 22. Like so I saw it. I saw it play out. So I was cool with it. But I also saw what Peyton was doing was like,
Peyton.
He also didn't play the year before. Came back, had 39 tubs and led the 1 seed. You know what I mean? Like
37, but close enough.
Like a lot better, bro. Like that's the definition. To carry the Vikings to 9-7 though, like.
But respectfully, but this is why this is nasty though, Swiper, because if we forget, man, remember this, Swiper, because you remember the narrative on Peyton. After that neck injury, they thought he was done. They thought he was fucking done. I remember the coach, but man, the coach gave up on that nigga, man. The coach, everything he did for the coach, they gave up on him.
Yes,
nigga, you'll watch. You'll never be the same. I go to the Broncos. Mind you, the Broncos were not relevant. Swiper will tell you that. The moment I touched the Broncos, nigga, we become a winning franchise, bro. It was different, though. It was different.
But it's not different though, because the thing is though, Peyton took a whole year. He had a whole year off to recover. Even though that's 1,000%. Because if I was a coach,
he had a worse injury.
I would have done a neck injury.
I would have done the same thing. I would have got rid of Peyton too. Even though you were a legendary quarterback, you old and you broke your neck. I'd have done the same shit, no doubt. But AP tore his ACL super late into the season, came back week 1. The team was garbage, not good at all. Christian Pond is your starting quarterback, and you make them a 9-7 team while you.
Yeah, but there were circumstances of how they got to that 9-7 though. Like, so that's what I'm saying. If you look at remember the Broncos schedule, and this was a part of the conversation. The Viking schedule and the Broncos schedule was nowhere near close.
Yeah,
and Peyton was shredding through all the defenses. And again, I don't care because like AP, you came back from 6 months.
Pittsburgh at the time, Patriots at the time, San Diego at the time. Like, he was good defense at this time.
But we're also talking about like
he was carving through these
carrying an
niggas,
offense versus a quarterback carrying an offense.
Quarterback, bro.
It's an impossible comparison to.
It is. But it is. Yeah, but like that's the whole point.
So the fact that the running back is able to do it is more impressive than
it's not more impressive than a quarterback. Than a quarterback turning a bottom 5 offense into a top 5 offense. No,
no. Not to mention
Swiper. That's the whole point.
Not to mention Swiper. Not to mention Swiper. This is my first year with y'all. Yeah. We literally watched this team go from Tim Tebow. And again, if you knew, you knew. If you knew, you knew. If you didn't, you didn't. And you probably didn't. That if you knew who Eric Decker was, if you knew what Julian Thomason was, if you knew what Demaryius Thomas was, but again, if you didn't know, guys were low on them. I come to the team my first year. No, again, we ain't been here 2 or 3 years, but we got the mesh. In my first year, I turned this offense into an elite. We went from a running straight offense to an elite passing offense.
But the thing is,
who was the quarterback before Peyton, bro?
It was the worst quarterback in NFL history, and Tim Tebow.
It was Tim Tebow.
Hey, what are we doing, bro?
What?
Nice.
What does that guy do anything?
What do you mean? What are we doing?
Of course,
that's the point.
That's what we saying.
That's like
we basically talking about the Vikings with Tim Tebow at quarterback, and he gets them to the playoffs. But
no,
y'all lose Tim.
Yes, Christian Ponder's not.
No, because I think the difference is, but I'm already on the side that I understand why AP won, so I'm not.
Yeah, me too. Same here.
Back.
Same here.
But I'm saying that like Peyton Manning. I just want for context that next season, so he couldn't feel his fingers the summer prior to this season. Going into the season, couldn't feel his fingers. Had a 69% completion percentage that year. Had 37 touchdowns, which led the NFL, I believe. And then he had 106 passer rating that year and an 80 QBR.
And led the league success rate.
And then all that stuff. And then was like, but again, it was a crazy season, Trent, because both AP in a much worse division, but still an elite season with AP and Peyton Manning were both the two players that come off a devastating injury, and both were like doing this for comeback player of the year, let alone MVP. So it was just a wild thing to watch.
And literally, whoever got MVP, the other guy was getting comeback player. That's all that was going to happen.
Well, no, AP won comeback player of the year too, and MVP.
No. Comeback player of the year was Peyton.
I think Peyton won comeback player of
the year.
They were like, "We're not gonna give you MVP, Peyton. We'll give you CPOI."
And then the shares that year, Adrian Peterson got 30% of the MVP votes that season, and then Peyton got. There's only 2 people, and then Peyton got 19 and 61%, and then Peyton got 39%. So again, it was the narrative, which I'm not disagreeing with. Like it was just crazy to watch AP do it in real time.
I just think that year he was the.
And not only that, I think what it was too is he was having Adrian Peterson, bro. It was like, bro, this nigga was having 260-yard games. I think he ran 296 on the fucking Chargers or whoever. Bro, it was like, all right. Every week you knew every week.
And then by the way, that same year,
right now, I hate on AP. Look at
that same year, by the way, this is also how narrative works, which is again is perfectly fine. I watched both of these things happen. JJ Watt won DPOY that year. Von Miller was second in DPOY. JJ Watt had 20.5 sacks that year. Von Miller had 18.5 sacks that season. But that was when JJ had first started making that little move to the offense, and then he was playing up and down the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
The Broncos kind of got like sided in both of these major categories. But again, I understood why
JJ Watt was filthy.
Yeah,
that year had some
happened.
filthy performances. I'm not gonna lie, that was a crazy.
The NFL was crazy in 2012. By the way, only Bama probably remembers this because Trent was too young. Maybe you too, Riddell. That was the first ever Nike season for the NFL where we changed from Reebok to Nike. Everything felt new. Everything felt great. It felt amazing that year. Like, damn,
that was a good season.
The jerseys look good. The fields look good. The players, we got Calvin Johnson. You got Peyton. You got AP going crazy. Matter of fact, if I go through the All-Pro teams that year,
I'm going to them right now.
It's the same year Calvin went for basically 2K or
19. What?
So that's the same year Calvin went for 19.
That's 1964 Calvin.
Bro, and then that year, Brandon Marshall went for 1508, 118 catches with Chicago. Andre Johnson, 112, 1598. Like, bro. And then Reggie Wayne with Andrew Luck had 106 for 1355 that year. AJ Green had 97 for 13, 15, 11 touchdowns. Vincent Jackson,
that's that 8 or 9 pick season for Richard Sherman too.
Yep. And then Rob Gronkowski had 55 catches for 790 yards and 11 touchdowns. Jason Witten, 110 for 1,000 yards that year. Tony Gonzalez had 930 yards receiving and 8 touchdowns that season. Y'all, the offensive lines, Ryan Clady, first-team All-Pro Denver. Dwayne Brown, first-team All-Pro Texans. Boy. Joe Thomas, second-team All-Pro. And then Joe Staley with the 49ers, second-team All-Pro. Russell Okung, first-team. Like
that's a rookie.
That's Drew Brees. Did y'all bring up Drew Brees too?
Drew Brees 52.
That's the 43 fucking take. That's the 52 43.
But
that was a crazy season. That 12 season might be one of the greatest seasons of all time.
That was also the rookie RG3 Andrew Luck year.
Yep, that was
a
rookie season. Yep. Yeah. Tom Brady had that. So follow up. Tom Brady had that. So follow up. Yeah, 34-8 with 48-27. Aaron Rodgers had 42-92-95 with 39 tubs and 8 interceptions that year. And then you had Drew Brees. So this is also what I'm trying to tell people. Trent, I wanted to say this to you in particular because I thought about this week. Maybe this is a segment too, Bama. You know the way that you feel about Drew Brees right now?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the same player comp that people felt about Drew Brees in 2011 and 2012? Do you know who that is today in the league right now? That's Jared Goff. Because if you look at Jared Goff's numbers, like when people look back later on, Jared Goff, you're going to see he has multiple 30 touchdown seasons, multiple 4,000 plus yard seasons. And I'm saying what happened is at that time, Drew was really good, Trent, and I guess from the experience standpoint, but bro, he wasn't better than Peyton and Tom and Aaron. And I think that was the thing. It was like he's putting up these crazy numbers in this offense. Everybody respected it, but it was like But I guess I'm trying to explain perception.
Yeah.
That even when he was putting up 5,000, he got 5,000 yard seasons, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but yeah, I think that the thing is with the Drew Brees thing and compared to Goff, like I hear what you're saying. It's because like for the majority of 2010 is just in the 2000. Well, Drew Brees was top 5, but Drew Brees was like the gatekeeper to like the top 3. Like Drew Brees wasn't better than Peyton, Tom, and Aaron. But like he was like he was always the 4th. He was the gatekeeper.
Yeah, he was the 4th best of the time.
When it comes to Jared Goff,
and respectfully, his PR team wouldn't have leveled them guys. Aaron Rodgers had a crazy PR team.
When it comes to Jared Goff, people are still debating today if he's a top 10 quarterback.
I know, but to Trent, hold on, real quick, just to explain this because I want everybody to get this in the audience.
Yeah.
Jared Goff has been with the Detroit Lions, for 4 years now, 5. These are his numbers. He is averaging on a per season basis with the Detroit Lions a 68% completion percentage, 4,290 yards, 30 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, and he has a quarterback rating of 101.3. That is an average over a 5-year stretch. Brees is better. That's no question. But if you told me 10 years from now, or 14 years from later, for whatever this point is, so 2040 apparently, because we're getting old. If we're in 2040 and people are looking back like, how did Jared Goff not get like any All-Pros or anything? And he's like consistently, Mahomes wasn't doing it, Lamar's not doing it, Josh isn't doing it, Burrow's not doing it, and he's playing at 4,330 touchdowns and 68% completion and a 101 passer rating every single year. And Drew Brees is better, but the same thing Trent was saying, like, I don't know how he didn't win MVP. Well, I'm telling you, he didn't win MVP because it was all these other dudes that were going crazy. Here's my problem too, and
here's why I'm with Trent though, and this is why this is what we had that argument when we was yelling about niggas like Marcus Coach and shit like that. You can also argue with the number that Drew Brees was putting up. He had the worst level of talent. Now again, talent ain't just your receiver core; it's your whole team.
It wasn't though.
His defenses were terrible. What are you talking about?
No, you're talking about the offense.
I just say your whole team. And that's I literally just said, if you heard me.
No, the defense wasn't good. They went 9-7 in 3 straight. They went 9-7 and 8-8. I think whatever the record was, 3 straight years. No one disagreed with the defense.
But you talking about offensive weapons? I don't agree.
Yeah, I just disagree with that. Like they were really good.
But situational, he had the worst. Like again, not all the time. He had a great. But I'm talking about like in a consistent base compared to them 3 guys we talking about. My nigga, y'all definitely had it better than me most of the time. The fact that I was putting up was a lot of times. It was a lot of Drew Brees just being that fucking great, that fucking accurate.
So the reason why
if he would have snuck an MVP in there, I would have totally understood if he'd have snuck one in there.
He wouldn't have snuck one though. There was no sneaking in that era. It's the whole point.
Yeah,
dude was good.
Drew was on that level.
Matt Ryan snuck one in. No, I'm just talking shit.
No, he didn't.
He was on that level though. He
was.
What year though, Bama? What year? I'm saying like even if you say 2011.
There's a year that Peyton Manning won the MVP that he shouldn't have won.
He was on that
what? You talking about 04?
No, hell no. Drew Brees was on the charts back then.
I know, but what? It could have been 13.
He's either 2009, 2008. He's one of them MVPs that Drew Brees should have won over Peyton. That's the one. It's one of those MVPs. So I think the only difference was it was like a 1 game difference. It was like but Aaron Rodgers went 48-5 and it was 15-1. Like you're never gonna.
Are you talking about 2011? Because in 2011 he.
No, hell no, he wasn't winning that year.
I always say Aaron Rodgers deserved him. I'm talking about 2000. It's like 2009 or 2008.
So 2008-9 season, the first team All-Pro that year was Peyton Manning. He had 4,000 yards passing and 27 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Drew Brees that year had 5,000 yards passing.
34-11. Yeah, he could have beat
and 34 touchdowns, 17 interceptions that year.
But I think
2009 season is what he's talking about. That's the one with Drew Brees threw for 35 touchdowns. He led the league in touchdowns. He had one more pick more than Peyton, if I'm not mistaken.
What do you mean, 34? 34
so
touchdowns.
that year, did Peyton win it that year? How the fuck did Peyton win it? So that year,
Exactly.
Peyton went 4,500 yards,
33 touchdowns.
completion, 33 and 16 interceptions. Drew went 34 and 10 and led the league in completion percentage 7%.
34 and 11. Yeah, but that's not a big difference though. That's the problem. Is like you got to also the Colts were also
he
really
played
good that
one
season.
more game to him. That was Trey was talking about. Drew Brees played 15 games this season.
Like he
My
also
nigga,
was
one
on
more
the
game
better
with Drew
team.
Brees could have been. That shit could have what? One more game with Drew Brees could have been.
That happens all the
and
time.
almost 5,000 yards.
No, but the Colts were also. I think they're the number 1 seed that year too. So like I'm saying, there's multiple reasons why, but they both had comparable numbers. I think the issue is that
Look at this, Trent. Number 1 seed, 14 and 2, 13 and 2. I mean,
Wow.
13 and 3.
in the AFC, dog. Yeah, like
Doesn't matter.
there's
One more
reasons.
Is that Trent? That's the shit we be talking about. Not that.
I'm
now,
trying to-
now
I'm
I gotta
just-
hop on the young boy side. and
I'm
say,
trying to
that's
explain how the
narrative
season.
shit.
I'm trying to explain how the season went, though. This is not an argument for Peyton, but like Peyton was just considered a much better. Peyton was considered the best quarterback.
But
in the league
literally,
for a lot
if
of
I
people.
don't miss a game, though, if I play one more game, I probably throw for 300 more yards, which now puts me over you in passing yards. I still have a 70% completion percentage. I probably get 3 or 4 more touchdowns, so now I'm almost at 40 touchdowns.
I know, but
and we
I
probably
guess
have the same
what
record.
you're asking,
And we probably have the same record.
I know, but you're asking for Peyton. Peyton had more passing yards that year and threw for 1 less touchdown and played 1 more game. What would be the adjustment that would be made there?
I'm gonna tell you what would be the adjustment, because I'm gonna go look at that season in 09, and I'm gonna go look and see what was around them too, and be nasty. I want to see what was around them and see if we can compare it.
Around him.
Yeah, what was around
You're not
them.
going to win an around him conversation with Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning had like elite receivers and running backs.
So you had
No,
Dallas
it's good.
Clark over 1,000 yards. You had Reggie Wayne 1,300 yards. That ain't too crazy. Because Drew Brees might have had actually more that year.
It's Peyton Manning, bro. Yeah, all his receivers are going to eat. Yes, every one of them. Dallas Clark, all of them, 100%. And then Peyton had Adrian James for a stretch of his career too. But like that doesn't take away from like what Peyton was like. And I think that's the same thing with Lamar. People said Derrick Henry because he had 1,800 rushing yards.
But that's my problem. That year, I had Reggie Steele. I had Devin Henderson, Robert Meacham. I had Marcus Colston that year. Just barely 1,000 yards. I had Pierre Thomas. Like, I had less around me, and I did damn near more. Again, what does MVP mean nowadays? Like, if most valuable player means more valuable player. Peyton Manning was not more valuable to his team than Drew Brees, and we had damn near the same record. I'm with Trent. He could have got MVP that season, dog. I'm with you totally, Trent.
I think that's the year where he should have got it, because you can damn near argue 2K should have won that shit, but I don't think they made the playoffs that year. So yeah, that goes down that part too. But yeah, like
Steve McNair should have won the MVP one year.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he should have coached it. I think that was crazy. That was disgusting. But
the year he got it with Peyton, he cold.
That was disgusting. But yeah,
but y'all love that 24-7 season from Lamar, by the way.
It's
what? Michael Vick should have won MVP.
I say no. The reason why Drew Brees is not even in GOAT conversation because he played in the wrong year.
Completely
was he his first
wrong
ballot Hall of Famer though?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
GOAT to me. Hey, he's first ballot, right? GOAT.
Yeah.
GOAT.
Y'all see that, Trent? You see that tweet I put out? Because I got more motion than you on the football side about Luke Kuechly.
I mean, I hope, bro. You've been tweeting way more than me.
No. I just got.
I seen that bullshit about the WNBA. You got me.
I just got my first.
I'll get into that whenever.
I just got my first million view video.
Luke Kuechly is 35 years old. Just made the Hall of Fame. I think the youngest. Apparently, the youngest might be.
That nigga shut up and bring Luke Kuechly on the show then. If he
he ain't got no motion no more. He can't do it no more.
Yeah.
Look, I'm saying like. You see,
I'm about to say, all right, settle down on the boy, though.
Hey, y'all better stop with that nepotism, all right? No, but look, for real, Trent, I think Gale Sayers might be the youngest Hall of Famer ever at 34. I think Luke could be the second youngest Hall of Famer ever.
Gale Sayers should be in the Hall of Fame, though. So
you said Gale Sayers the youngest.
Gale Sayers.
I think he got in at 34.
Yeah, but yeah, bro, for 8 years, literally for 8 years straight, he was the best linebacker in the game.
I watched every bit of it too. Got me in the kicking
best linebacker in the game, defensive player of the year, all pro every year. He's literally, I'm not gonna say he's the Aaron Donald of linebackers, but his career is similar to Aaron Donald when it comes to.
Yeah, but look, y'all not finna lie to me.
I got 3 Panthers jerseys. I got Steve Smith, Cam Newton, and Luke Kuechly.
You said
was he like the first rookie to lead the league in tackles his rookie year?
Something crazy like that.
He was, I think, it was the All-Pro his first year, if I'm not mistaken.
I think Chris Borland was close to that too, Bama, in his rookie year too. I think he got close to that.
I remember he retired after that.
Yeah, he retired after year 2. He was like, bro, I'm not getting no more of these damn concussions. He was crazy at Wisconsin. He was
That's
really
the one
good.
that played for 49ers, right?
Yeah, he was really good.
Yeah, but yeah, bro,
and they had a nice little situation going
on. But I hear you on
Luke. Arguably the best linebacker ever. But
I hear you on Luke, but y'all not finna lie.
Best linebacker ever.
As somebody who played the position and was fully locked, I watched everybody that played from if you were playing linebacker from 99 to really 2020, I saw everybody, and I appreciate everybody. Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you. Luke was phenomenal. I remember at Boston College. He had 500 plus tackles at Boston College. He was a top 10 pick. He was the craziest white boy.
And why Luke was
hold on. Wait, yeah, he was the craziest white boy I had maybe ever seen play in that spot. No, it's not BS. But people ain't finna lie to me that out there when they were both going, Bama.
He was always
finna tell me Patrick Willis wasn't in that combo. You wasn't finna tell me Patrick wasn't in that combo, dog.
Patrick Willis.
But respectfully, who was Luke Kuechly was leading his team to champion.
No, I don't hear it. No. Bama, what?
Who I thought you was going to bring up, though? Who I thought you was going to bring up, Pete, because I knew Pat Willis was better than him.
But that be no Wagner.
I'm going to bring up that boy Brian Cushion.
Brian Cushion was cold too, but no.
Nah, he was. Yeah, I'm with you.
No,
what is he talking about? That's a steroid guy.
Nah, he was good. He was good.
Steroids, Brian
Yeah, PED merchant on my face, Brian.
Nah, he was good. But Patrick Willis, I just want people to realize Patrick Willis at Ole Miss, was 200. Patrick Willis at Ole Miss was 240 pounds, ran a 4.41. Listen to what I'm saying. 4.41.
I would say this.
No, but
Patrick Willis was the first running back I remember having a 90 rated speed on Madden, bro. I never get that shit, bro.
But they were both tier 1, tippity tip greatest all-time linebackers. Both of them were. Luke had this happen with concussions. Patrick had a toe turf. Said he couldn't walk. So he had to retire at 30. They both retired at 30. They both made the Hall of Fame. Wait. Matter of fact, let me make sure. Hold on. Wait. No. What?
He was a better. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
He was a better cover linebacker.
Patrick. Wait. Time out.
Patrick was a freak athlete.
Hey, black people, hold on. Patrick Willis made the Hall of Fame August 3rd, 2024. So Patrick, 2024. So he made it at 39 years old, basically.
Old ass nigga.
39. Bro, y'all not finna do.
Who got in there at 35? We being funny.
Y'all not finna lie to me about what was happening in that era.
Can we hold up? Can we say this up?
And there was no separation.
If it came down, to Patrick Willis and Luke Kuechly, first ballot, if it came down to them two, who you think getting first? If it came
both of them getting in. No, they're both getting in.
No, I'm talking about if you say I gotta go Patrick or Luke.
No, they're both getting in same time.
Nigga, if they go, you can't separate them. Second time a Hall of Famer if it came down to that. Luke,
you can't separate them. I'm trying to tell y'all.
No, he's saying.
I don't care what he's saying. There is no separation.
He's literally just saying. Let's just say in the Hall of Fame,
y'all are tripping, bro.
You need one more spot to be first ballot.
Okay, all right. Now listen to this. I want y'all to hear this. All this clapping and twerking y'all doing, I'm with it. It's commendable clapping and twerking. It is commendable. And Trent, I'm not even standing fully against you. I just want people to also hear this. Patrick Willis, Bama, suit up as a rookie, first team All-Pro. Second year, second team All-Pro on some nonsense. Third year, first team All-Pro. Fourth year, first team All-Pro. Fifth year, first team All-Pro. Sixth year, first team All-Pro. Had injuries, still made the Pro Bowl and played 6 games his last year.
Game, right?
No, Trent. Luke was able to be healthier over the course of an 8-year stretch.
I came in the NFL and was never not an All-Pro. That white boy came in the NFL and was never not an All-Pro.
No, that wasn't his fault though. Don't not be unfair to Patrick.
I said that white boy and Luke Kuechly came into the NFL and
I know, but it was clearly injuries with Patrick. It was clearly injured. He wasn't the same player after the toe turf. I just want people to realize that.
And the only reason why Luke stopped playing was the concussions.
I'm both of them.
He was an All-Pro his last season. All I'm saying is, when you look at toe-to-toe, who's a better linebacker is Luke Kuechly.
No, I can't say that though.
It's Luke Kuechly, bro. It's okay.
I can't say that.
Luke.
No, but I'm cool. Y'all didn't play that position. Okay, y'all be in there like that.
We watched it though, bro.
I know. But I was in the cut. All I'm saying is I was in the cut. I'm not saying my opinion is more right than yours.
So how is Patrick Willis better than Luke Kuechly? Because he's
bro. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you.
Better tackler. He's just faster, Trent. That's it. Better tackler. He's not a smarter player than Luke Kuechly neither. He ain't a smarter player than Luke Kuechly neither.
What are you talking about? They were both geniuses. What are you talking about? That's how I know you're lying. That's how I know you're lying. They were both geniuses. You're not going to do that to Patrick. You're not going to do that to Patrick. You're not going to do that to Patrick. Patrick was a genius.
I think
he was.
I'm not saying Patrick was stupid, but he wasn't more cerebral than fucking.
No, why? Because he's white. They were both geniuses.
Anybody say that? Anybody say that? Anybody say that?
They were both geniuses.
Luke was literally calling out plays the second the formation.
So was Patrick.
No, he was not.
Yes, he was, bro. Let's not do that. That's all film. Wait, y'all. Wait. Well, I just want y'all to realize this. Okay, we are splitting hairs. They're both elite. That's all I'm saying. What I'm trying to tell you though is, I was calling out plays before they were called. That's what linebackers do. We do that. That's if you watch film, you do that. So Luke deserves credit, but people are not going to sit here. Not you, not y'all. Patrick was a tactical genius. And he was also elite, the best run stopper in the sport, arguably, and with a very good pass coverage linebacker. The issue, and he hit harder than everybody else. Now, the thing he did do better than Luke, 100%, he was absolutely, he laid the wood better than anybody in the league. That was without a doubt. But to your point, Luke was, look at this jumbo boy over here. All I said was I called out all the plays and I read all the plays. First off, Trent, you didn't do any of that. That's all we had to do in linebacker. I called out everything. I don't want to linebacker. No, because you couldn't. You couldn't. You're slow-footed and you're soft. I play linebacker. So what I'm saying is, guard. What do you mean guard? Guard. I let the conference in interceptions. You clown. So shut up. So what I'm saying is,
what conference?
What do you mean? What conference?
What conference?
The best conference in college football. What you mean?
What conference?
What conference? All right, hold on. I'll tell you after the show. So all I'm saying is, I was calling out play versus Kansas State now. All I'm saying is, Trent, both of them deserve to be first ballot to me. That's all I'm saying. And I'll end it there. They were both the cream that they created.
The coolest thing about
I left the Ray Lewis era early, okay? I left the Brian Urlacher era early. And I walked into the Patrick Willis and Luke Kuechly era, and I was eating good.
Bobby Wagner was there. Wait. Let's get it. Wait, hold on. You're confusing the era because it was that because Patrick had his time. Once Luke got in, Patrick was out. Patrick wasn't the second best linebacker in the game because he was hurt. He was getting hurt. It was the Luke and Bobby Wagner era.
Yeah, exactly.
2012 Bobby Wagner got drafted, brother. So Patrick was first team All Pro that year. So
okay.
That's 2012 though.
You didn't listen to what I just said. You didn't listen.
Y'all overrating that man out of Utah.
From the time Luke came into the league and he left, it was him and Bobby. That's what we're saying.
What year did Luke get drafted?
2012.
2012.
I don't know, Eagle Nation. I don't mind people peeing my tape. My tape is good. It's just people are weird. I don't want people to.
Yeah, he do too much talking about other stuff, and we don't want people sending hate crimes.
My tape is great.
So my thing is this. My problem is this with Luke though. What was so great about Luke was, again, Patrick was cool. Patrick was great highlight. But Luke literally led he was leading top defenses and like. Dog, Luke, like, again, I'm not trying to be funny. I don't want to be like an old hat. It's like an old hat thing to say, but like, bro, one of the reasons why we made it to the Super Bowl is because of like Luke, bro. Luke even saved Thomas Davis will tell you, Luke saved that nigga career, bro. He saved his career. They moved him from safety to outside linebacker, and literally Luke had that nigga on the hunt.
That's cool. I also saw that
same way we think about Patrick. The
reason why you made that Super Bowl in 2015.
Thomas Davis.
The reason why you made the Super Bowl in 2015 was because you scored 45 points on the Cardinals because you had the best offense in football that year until you ran into the best defense in football, maybe the best defense of ever. That's what happened. You ran into the Denver Broncos defense is what happened to you. And then Luke ran into Peyton Manning and got bowled over at the goal line by C.J. Anderson. So all that Superman talking you were doing, he ain't do nothing that game.
I'm not going to lie to you. Time out. Pause.
He was doing nothing that game.
Whoa. Hey, chill, Trent. Say it one more time. He ran into who? Luke ran into who?
C.J. Anderson bowled him
No.
over.
You said the name before that. He ran into who?
C.J. Anderson.
No. You said he ran into who?
C.J. Anderson.
No, you said a name before that. Say the name before that.
Who'd I say?
You said Peyton, bum-ass Manny that year.
Peyton was horrible that year.
Yeah, but so why you say that? You said he ran into Peyton Manny.
So why couldn't he be better? Why couldn't he be better than Von Miller? Because Von Miller showed up in that game and turned the game out. He turned the game out.
Whoa.
One nigga is past.
No, he was not touching Vaughn. No, he wasn't touching Vaughn. No, stop it.
They played two different positions. What are you talking about?
And one of them was better than the other. One of them was clearly better than the other.
But they played
one of them is. Which one better? Which one better all time? Which one better all time?
Luke is better than Von Miller all time. And you know that.
What?
He's definitely.
Stripping.
Whoa! I ain't like your bias is showing crazy. You think Von is better than Luke all time?
Yes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you tripping, bro. You fucking tripping, bro.
Pass rusher ever. What are you talking about?
I thought you was on Von's side for a second.
He's the best playoff pass rusher ever in the history of the sport. Bro, what do you mean? It's Von Miller. Are you crazy?
Luke Kuechly was the best player in his position for 8 years straight.
It's Von Miller.
Von Miller.
Are you kidding me?
Von Miller was never the best. What are you talking about, bro?
Von Miller was never the best. What?
For 8 years straight consistently? No, he was not.
No, he was not, bro.
The best ever what? Finish that sentence.
He ain't the best ever pass rusher. He ain't even
in the league.
He's not in conversation as best ever edge rusher. He's not in conversations.
He's not in conversation.
Luke Kuechly is the best
linebacker.
He's not in conversation
of all time.
He's not.
Von Miller
for just so Trent said how many? You said 8 years in a row. Von Miller from 2011 to 2019 wasn't the best pass rusher in the sport.
Are you saying right now? Hold on. Are you saying right now? Because I agree, Von Miller damn near in the top 5. Damn near.
That's all I'm saying.
Damn near, nigga.
Damn near.
One nigga is Peter.
Better than Luke.
One nigga damn near. Two different
I
things.
said damn. There's a difference between being
damn near and near is two different things.
Wait.
You think Von Miller's in the GOAT conversation?
For pass rusher?
For edge rushers.
I mean, it's like Miles. But that's the positions are different. So that's not even the same. Luke's in the conversation with Ray Lewis and them. Is Luke in the, you're saying to me, Luke's in the conversation with Ray Lewis, best middle linebacker ever.
Yes.
Cool.
Those conversations.
Cool.
Yes.
So our pass rushers score.
Top three.
Hold on. Wait. Our pass rusher better. Are the pass rushers all time in the NFL better than middle linebackers all time in the NFL? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Just linebackers, yes. But it's
because I think that could.
It's the Gibbs to the quarterback.
Top linebacker, just like it was a plethora elite top of the top.
I know, but what I'm saying is the conversation is going to be different because Vaughn is competing against Derek Thomas and all them. And but Vaughn is better than Derek Thomas.
And Luke Kuechly's competing against
like 50 sacks though. Derek Brooks. Derek like 50 sacks. He still got sacks, by the way.
Vaughn's also better than Derek Brooks. What are you talking about? What does that mean? What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything.
It's not clear.
What do you mean it's not clear?
It's not a clear play. It's not a clear play.
Oh my gosh.
That's not a clear play. What are you saying?
You know they clear cut. You know
it's not a clear.
Von Miller. Bama, go ahead, Bama.
I'm not gonna say Luke's better than Ray, but he up there for us one of the.
No, I didn't say he's better than him. I said he's in the conversation.
Somebody said Von's not better than Julius Peppers.
He's not. Don't get me in my bag.
Yeah,
he's not.
Now. Julius Peppers now. Like,
I agree.
Start naming
is he better than Derek Thomas?
Bro,
is he better than Derek Thomas?
Yes. What are you talking about?
I think he's better than Derek Thomas.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Von Miller. This is how I know. Maybe we're just on a different platform. Maybe we just need to get into it.
You're a Broncos fan.
No. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Vaughn is Vaughn. Do you remember what people are saying about Vaughn?
You literally said, hold up. I had to remind you, this is how much of a Broncos fan you are. I had to remind you because you literally said TD was the best linebacker the year he had 7 yards, and I had to remind you that Barry Sanders ran for 2000. I had to remind you that Barry Sanders ran for 2000.
No, Vaughn is not. JJ Watt is also better than Luke Kuechly. JJ Watt and Aaron Donald might be the two best ever. No, hold on. No. It's not biased to say Von Miller is better than Luke Kuechly. It's Von Miller.
But it goes to your bias though. You're so biased. You said Lamar Jackson
JJ Watt
when he was
JJ Watt, because you're just bringing up dumb stuff again. Stay to the conversation. JJ Watt's the best ever, arguably.
You being biased,
Aaron Donald is arguably the best ever. That's the conversation. Reggie White and LT are probably the 4 best players ever defensively. I'm giving you that.
Yes.
But Von Miller, whatever that next tier underneath it, Von at his apex.
And we're talking about Rangers defensive players.
I'm not done.
And we're talking about Rangers defensive players all the time. I promise you Luke Kuechly ranked higher than Von Miller. I promise you Luke Kuechly ranked higher than Von Miller. Hold on.
Von Miller is one of the very best defenders that's ever touched the sport.
I agree.
I know. I'm not talking to earlier. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. You said Julius Peppers was better. None of these players would agree with that played against both of them. That's That's the problem.
That's bullshit.
No, it's not. I'm not. Wait.
Wait.
What we're gonna do is how about this? How about this, Trent? Trent, no, hold on, Trent. I'm gonna give early 2 minutes. Take as long as you want to go, and I will finish after that, and you're gonna shut up. Cause I'm gonna say my piece, and you're gonna say your piece.
You do that.
Tell me why Julius Peppers better.
Mike is muted.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. It's your turn. Tell me why Julius Peppers is better than Von Miller.
I think he was more versatile than Von Miller. We talking about a nigga who could listen. The sacks are there. We know that. The sacks are there. The run stopping is there. But nigga, the forced fumbles are there. Nigga, we also got pick sixes. We got pick sixes. We were 6'6", 275, playing like we were 6'4", 6'3". Like, let's not act like Julius Peppers wasn't a freak of nature. He was a fucking freak of nature. The nigga was a utility back in high school. Like, literally, number one utility back. He played every position. Niggas like him don't, bruh. The way we speak about Myles Garrett, nigga, Julius Peppers is them type of niggas, bro. The niggas that are on the field that are fucking superhuman demons. And again, back to Luke Kuechly before I go. My nigga is literally, you know what his nickname was? Do we know what Luke Kuechly's nickname was? Anybody? No. Captain America. That was his nickname. Captain America. How do we feel about Captain America? We had Superman and Captain America on the same team. Didn't that sink in for you guys?
It's not, bro.
Captain America.
What? So Marvel names are a part of the conversation? Okay, my turn. Okay, all right. Cool, my turn. My turn. Cool. The problem that you're running into, brother, is that when the two, because you're going to Marvel characters. I'm just going to talk about players.
Superman.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady, Drew Brees, all these guys that were always gassing on this platform, Aaron Rodgers. I want you to realize when they were talking about Von Miller, they said that's the best edge I've ever played against in my life. When you go on the runs that he went on, I'm not done. Exactly. Shut up. Not your turn. Exactly. And then you talking about at their apex, Von Miller was literally running the league. And I know this is true because I know.
From Cincinnati. Can you speak
exactly.
up?
Why?
He's from Cincinnati.
You can't even stop. You can't even stop. You can't even stop talking. I gave you 2 minutes, and you're still running through the mouth.
Sorry,
what I'm saying in this conversation is Von Miller literally is the best. Because we're just you want to do individual stuff. He's the best pass rusher ever to grace the playoffs. He had the most dominant run ever in one single playoff run in pass rushing and sacks, and he did it versus the MVP, Tom Brady, and Big Ben. Number one. And if you heard the way people were talking about him, and you talk about pick sixes and interceptions, he got an interception versus Tom Brady in a playoff game while having 3 sacks in that game. So what does that mean in the AFC Championship? What does that mean? And then on the other side of this, if you just want to go pure pass rusher, win rate, all that stuff is clearly Vaughn. Vaughn at his apex is one of the very best ever. And I'm talking about LT, Donald, Watt, and then I'm going Vaughn right underneath that. Reggie White going Vaughn right. I'm not done.
Does that have nothing to do with what's around you? Does that not help? Does it have nothing to do with
it? Didn't matter what was around Vaughn. It didn't matter what was around him. What are you talking about? It didn't matter. That's the whole point. It's Vaughn. Go ahead, Trent. Go ahead.
Well, I think
Vaughn was an elite run defender too.
I think Swipe was kind of nasty using player arguments to why they say he's the best generation ever. Like, because this is why Luke Kuechly just yesterday in his Hall of Fame speech just said Drew Brees is the best quarterback he ever played against. Yeah, he's saying he's better than
what?
Better than Aaron.
He brought up Superman. I brought that up as a counterpoint to narrative. That was the whole point. He said he's called Superman.
Okay,
what does that mean?
Okay, I guess
Captain America.
Captain America.
Fair. This is where we disagree. I think this is where I think we fundamentally disagree. You named all them players like the Reggie Whites, the LTs, all them players. I think Luke is literally in that tier with them. I don't think Vaughn is. I think Ray Lewis, him and Luke Kuechly are legit. Like, it's a legit argument that you can make on who is the best. I think you can legit make that argument.
And the only argument you can have against that is one play longer. I think
for a career basis, a career argument, Luke Kuechly's career to me is clearly over Vaughn's. Night and day. It's not like night and day from 2012 to he retired 2018, whatever. He was the best. Period. There was no debate. There was nobody better than Luke Kuechly from 2012 to 2018. That's why, to me, I would rather have Luke Kuechly over Vaughn. Now, edge rushers are a more valuable position, but that doesn't make him better than Luke Kuechly.
The only person in the conversation with Vaughn was Khalil Mack. That's it.
And JJ Watt.
And JJ.
Yeah, JJ Watt.
Bro,
but I'm saying,
played, my nigga, you played 14.
There's Aaron,
I'm not gonna lie, you played 14
there's Aaron
years,
Donald and
you
JJ
still
Watt
have
that
more
worked the
pros
line.
than me.
But if we're talking
You
about
played
edge
14
rushers,
years and you still don't have more
it's
pros
him.
than me, by the way.
It's him.
Viper, I agree. The only two players were in the conversation with Vaughn were JJ and Khalil Mack. I 1000%.
And Aaron Donald, because Aaron Donald came along 14.
Well, yeah,
So
Aaron Donald,
He's more interior.
Aaron Donald's really Aaron Donald's a 3-tech, so I don't really count him in the.
Yeah, edge rushers.
In this sense, to me, Luke Kuechly was the best, clear cut from 2018.
Yeah, just interior, but that's not you're saying that like, and the reason I'm disagreeing with you
the
on
nigga played 6 more seasons and still has less all pros.
Because
What conversation are we
that's
having
not the
right
way all pros work.
Not the way all pros work.
Exactly. That's dumb.
What you mean?
That's stupid.
That means you had people. That means you had people.
Because Julius Peppers.
That means you
just
had
said who's around him. Julius Peppers got a second career win with a good team in the Packers after you left your bum squad in the Panthers. That's what happened.
We went to
Charles Woodson.
Wait.
You know what's so funny, Trent? You know what's so funny, Trent? Trent, Trent, answer this question. You know what's so funny? And Charles Woodson and Clay Matthews on the other side. Hush up.
It's not even. It's not even.
We talking about before then.
No, it's
we're talking about the whole career.
No. So, but to your point, to your point, I'm literally helping you out. To your point, I think the Super Bowl year, they defensive tackles like Chris Jenkins and fucking I forgot the other D tackle they had. They defensive line.
Chris Jenkins was like that though. He was good.
That shit was loaded. Like it was.
We had Chris Jenkins and we had Mike
Rucker. Mike Rucker. Yeah,
that shit was loaded. Damn, what's his name?
Yeah, Mike Rucker.
Mike Rucker.
Yeah, that shit was loaded. So,
yeah, you make sure you speak to me correctly early. Cause I watched all this stuff. You didn't. That's the difference.
Why did you say that?
I saw who Julius Peppers was next to, and you don't want to have a conversation with me about what he was doing because I know what he was doing. Cause I watched him play with everybody, and then I watched him go to Green Bay and help play an elite
team. And you watched him go to Chicago.
Defense was already elite.
And win in Chicago, and you watched him come back to the Panthers and win with the Panthers. Yeah, I know. He's great.
I like this comment. I like this comment. What Eagle Nation said.
Which one?
This one. This isn't true though. Like, yes, the edge rusher comp is better, but nigga, he's fighting with Bobby Wagner. Yeah. If Luke Kuechly didn't exist, Bobby Wagner is literally like. I know Bobby Wagner's washed now, but Bobby Wagner,
nigga, he just had an All-Pro 2 seasons ago. Like he ain't that washed.
Well, I don't. No, he didn't deserve it. But he didn't. But Bobby Wagner in his prime.
But that's the whole point. Vaughn was very clearly the best defender on this unit, including with 3 other first-team All-Pros on it.
And Luke Kuechly wasn't.
No. But I'm trying to clear this up for the comment. Ware was older, but Ware was also still a 10+ sack player.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
But Chris Harris was at his apex at this point. He was first-team All-Pro. Talib was at his apex. He was a first-team All-Pro. Darian Stewart, and they had T.J. Ward, who was an All-Pro. They were loaded. Brandon Marshall was a Pro Bowl middle
linebacker. Elvis Dumerville too? At times?
Elvis, 2012, but then he left. Elvis was cool, but the difference is he did play with these guys, but it was still consensus, very understood. This was Vaughn's show. Julius Peppers, you were the other guy. The Clay Matthews. You were the other guy. The Clay and Charles Woodson. You were the other guy.
But that's not the opinion.
No, you were the other guy. Don't start. You were the other guy.
Of the Panthers.
No, you were the other guy.
You're being nasty, bro.
Stop it. You were the other guy. But when you got with an elite defense, you were the other guy. When Vaughn got an elite defense, he was the guy. That was the whole point. He was always the guy.
Has been the guy though a lot in his career. That's cool. And didn't do nothing with it. You brought up winning. What if my dude let him? My dude let us. Hey, being a whole ass nigga right now by doing that. That's nasty.
Manning had 17 interceptions that year, and they won the Super Bowl. 9 touchdowns.
We didn't have any offense,
and they won the Super Bowl
in the long run.
The Broncos didn't have an offense when they played.
We lost everybody.
I'm not gonna lie. That Super Bowl performance is great, but I don't know why the fuck you keep harping on that shit like he wasn't going against Mike Remmers. But where the fuck Brett?
What?
Von Miller?
That wasn't the only game he played. He played versus the elite offensive line in the
What happened anybody in the Super Bowl, bro?
You know this. Was sealed the deal about the Von Miller playoff run was when he won fucking Super Bowl MVP.
No, but he had a better game versus the Patriots and Nate Soldier in them. What are you talking about? The week of 2 weeks before, he had a better game versus the better offensive line.
Again. You are not bringing up that playoff run. If the Super Bowl MVP shit didn't happen.
It didn't, but it didn't matter who was in front of him. Mike Remmers was there.
Mike Remmers doesn't matter.
What tackle shut down Von Miller in his prime? That's the question.
You're not.
No, it was Mike Remmers.
Trent Williams.
Von Miller is unstoppable.
They played. By the way, wait. They played. The 49ers. Wait. The 49ers and Broncos played in 2014. The 49ers and Broncos played in 2014. The 49ers played the best offensive line in football.
What does this mean?
I'm talking early. The 49ers might have the best offensive line in football in 2014. They played. Where? Von Miller, they all played. Versus Colin Kaepernick in that team, walked. They couldn't score. Walked. Matter of fact, I saw Von Miller versus prime Aaron Rodgers. You know, they held him to 77 passing yards. I saw that game. He couldn't move. They had Bakhtiari was on that team. Bakhtiari was on that team. 2015, they couldn't move.
The argument is not a point of argument. You're a Von Miller fan. We know how great he is.
No, you don't get to do that, and you just twerk and clap for Julius Peppers. And I'm bringing you stats and information. I'm bringing you stats and information.
My problem with that
you've been yelling over everybody. You talk more than anybody on the show. You talk so much. I told you to hush up, and you ran up. No, you talk so much. You ran off the stream pouting. You've been pouting for half the show.
I'm not. I just don't like.
You were pouting earlier.
I come here to talk my shit. That's what I do. When you tell me I can't do what I do, what the fuck am I here for? What
are you talking about?
That's how I am.
You have to work with other people.
The same way you come here.
Your microphone going in here real strong.
Nobody give a fuck what Riddell and Bama got to say. All I'm saying is my only problem is though, all jokes aside, my only problem
blah. I don't give a fuck about what you trying to say right now either. We done. Shut the fuck up, early. We good. Hey,
my only problem though.
No.
I just got it. It was a joke. I couldn't say Kenya. It'd have been mean. My only problem with it is that we can admit again. I saw the greatness of Julius Peppers.
Hey, wait, hold on, time out. 2K God, eat rocks. I've been quiet most of this show. We're giving you an extra hour of content. How do you think we get here? By just, hey, you know what, Trent? What do you think? How do you feel about this? Tell me your thoughts. Share your anxieties with me. No, we have to turn up. This is what happens when you get on the show and you want to talk about stuff and it's fun. 2K just be gawking, going from PC to this platform, gawking, and doing remember what they were saying and you were doing earlier when you were bouncing it on Patrick Mahomes because you said he was
I'm never bouncing anything.
That's what they were telling you.
So I was saying quiet. 2K God should be named 2K Gawk. All right, got it.
Gawk. I was quiet for most of the show. If you want me to be quiet, listen to what I was actually hosting.
Add a K instead of a D. Here's my problem, though. When we're speaking about those two guys, my thing is this. Even if you want to say Von Miller is better, there is a conversation to be had about Julius Peppers. See what I'm saying? There's a conversation to be had about Julius fucking Peppers.
Some of y'all are so low IQ.
He's also a Hall of Famer. He is. Yeah, he's also one of the greatest linebackers. He also is like top 5 in sacks all time.
Wait a minute. But you
calm down on my guy.
You weren't here for the first 2 hours of the show. It was moving very well. What happened is Trent came up here, and you know what happens when Trent gets up here? It turns into a circus.
Yeah, he bring that NBA Youngboy energy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened. It turned into a circus, and here we go. So that's what I'm telling you. It's just the show changed. But we're giving y'all an extra hour of content. 2K call. Why are y'all complaining? We got 355 people in here watching. On hour 3, Kenya's been doing a great job today. Riddell did a great job today. Bama's been great today. Maybe it's the microphone. Early, after he pouted for 10 minutes, he's come back. He's great. Trent's been here for an hour. It was more than 10 minutes.
I think we have to admit that you are fucking biased about the Broncos.
And you're biased about the Panthers.
As great as Von Miller is, and he was great, bro.
All I said was this. This is what I said.
Nigga can't have a word with you about Von Miller.
This is what I said. Patrick Willis and Luke were in the same conversation, and you started twerking.
That's not true, though.
What do you mean it's not true?
Patrick Willis is not in those top 3 linebacker all-time conversations. He's not middle linebacker all-time.
Yes, he is. Stop.
Patrick Willis is in top 3 middle linebackers of all time.
I'm so sick of y'all, bro.
I think it's
shout out
Luke,
Pat, man.
You can do Luke Ray. I don't care. P. Willie, bro. I think he's better than Earl Acker. I think he's better than Derek Gross.
P. Will is crazy, bro.
Oh, but there was the outside linebacker. You think P. Will is better than Bob Wagner?
Yes, bro. Yes.
Is he better than Mike Singletary?
Bro, Bama. They don't remember the Patrick Willis.
Don't bring up no linebacker in no 70s, bro. Don't do that, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, we got to stop being nasty about Mike Singletary, though.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not.
Singletary.
You're not about to talk to me about that overrated ass defense.
Linebacker that played for
Mike Singletary, baby.
You think?
Hold on.
You think I'm about to come up 85 Bears?
Early, what's that linebacker that played for y'all? Sam Mills.
Sam Mills was cold.
But John Beason was good for a couple years. Hold on, why we doing? Because Trent.
You only started watching John Beason when he came to your team. He was elite to Miami Hurricanes.
We can't just be doing this whole thing about like, I get you don't like the era. That's understandable. But anytime a linebacker plays 12 seasons and is an 8-time all first team all pro, bro, you have to show respect, bro. Like, why we doing
I can show respect, but we're saying we're better than
Mike Singletary before Ray Lewis came along was consensus the greatest middle linebacker.
Yeah, times move on, and you see way better players come along than Mike Singletary.
And Patrick wasn't saying better. I'm not actually a fan of Patrick Willis, so he could be number 3, honestly. But
come on,
3.
He ain't better than Luke.
Come on, gang. You're not about to talk. We're not about to talk about.
I just said Pat Willis be number 3. I ain't tripping.
I'm saying though, like that's like me trying to say. That's like
hey, wait. In terms of Will,
and I'm cool with Navarro, and the way Navarro speaks about Pat is like you would think Pat. If Navarro told like the way he speaks about Pat, you would think.
But
Pat
Navarro was a first-team All-Pro.
You would think Pat was saving people out of burning buildings the way
he
was.
He was.
Boy, I tell you, boy. Navarro was about Pat like Pat was literally like he was the Hulk or something, bro. Like, oh boy,
bro. Navarro was a first-team All-Pro player, and he even knew who Pat was.
And Navarro got heavy smoke for Luke Kuechly.
As a matter of fact, and I don't did he pass? Did Alden Smith pass, or is he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay?
Pass.
Yeah. But even Alden, remember 2012 Alden, Bama?
Yeah, he won.
He was crazy.
Crazy with it. He was a demon pass rusher. Crazy with it.
1960. That was around the time
he would have been a freak.
Me ever seeing somebody come out of 2-point stance on a pass rush and be that dominant, bro? Like I ain't never seen that before.
And he played the time with some good pass rush because another nigga that was there that we ain't naming in that Von Miller era too was Robert Quinn, and Robert Quinn was bending.
Yeah, they all came out the same draft. Ryan Kerrigan was in that draft too. He was in the first round. Yeah,
Robert Quinn used to MJ lean.
Fact, you know who else came out in the 5th round of that draft? Trent, because Early won't know this because you don't watch football like that.
Oh.
Who's the pass rusher on the other side of Tamba Hali for the Kansas City Chiefs? Trent.
Shout out Tamba.
Oh,
Justin Houston. Bitch ass nigga. But
bitch
ass. Yeah, since I don't know fucking ball.
He was the Georgia. He was a 5th round pick too. That 2012 draft. Y'all look at it. Historical. JJ Watt went 11th. Even Marcel Darius was really good. He just kind of tapered off.
Overall pick in that draft.
Cam Newton, like he should have been.
I'm just saying.
What does that mean? The Panthers were garbage, so you got the first overall pick. What does that mean?
Draft was Cam Newton win number 1.
And then what happened? Who went number 2 in that draft?
Who cares?
Von Miller.
If you ain't first or last.
Hey, what happened when they saw each other?
If you ain't first, bro, you beat us. All right. Tell me. Now let's not go crazy.
How am I getting raised?
Let's not go crazy.
How is he getting raised?
Can we not go crazy? Let me have a one-on-one. Let me have a one-on-one. Let's have a real conversation now, Swiper. No fan bias.
If it weren't for the script,
no fan bias. Because Swiper.
We had Mike Rimmers at tackle. I would hope Von Miller destroyed him. We had Mike Rimmers.
Here's my problem.
I'm so tired of this.
No, but hold on, Trent. Let me have a one-on-one. Swiper, look at me, Swiper. Look at me. Can we be fair?
They were the same way. Wait. Hold on. They were 15-1 that year. Had the MVP. Cam Newton had 45 touchdowns. He just played the Cardinals and put 45 points up.
Can we have a civilized conversation? Can we be honest? You can't sit here, and I've had your back on this. You can't sit here and say Bo Nix that the Broncos lost because Bo Nix was hurt, and that y'all would have probably made the Super Bowl, Bo Nix don't get hurt. But don't sit here and act like we wasn't dismantled on offense, and I was literally Cam Newton doing the last he could, winning the MVP because literally we had really nothing around us.
I agree. So y'all had the best offensive football that year.
So when it was time to come to the Super Bowl and you had the niggas, you just named the niggas. All pro, Keith All pro, Chris Harris. My nigga, you were playing against 3rd and 4th string fucking receivers.
Stop it, Trent. They were 14.
Cool.
They were 14-point favorites to win that damn game.
But that ain't
no 14-point favorites. Y'all had the number 2 defense in the NFL and the number 1 offense. You had the number 1 offense, number 2 defense in the NFL.
Again, I'm gonna say that.
I get that, but you know what the matchups was, bro. That shit was unfair. It was Greg Olsen by himself out there.
You can call it that. You can call it what's the name? 15-1. All that shit. They went 15-1 because they had Superman on offense. That just shows how elite.
Literally how great he was.
He was great that year.
But it was time to come to matchups in the Super Bowl, my nigga. We didn't have the receiving core. We didn't have the level O-line against y'all, bro.
Yes.
Like, fuck, stop being an asshole.
So why were you 14-point favorites? I agree.
You acting like we had Steve Smith and Calvin Benjamin.
Hey, early.
Wait, hold on. You just answered your own question.
Jericho Country.
You just answered your own
question. I know.
Chat don't even know who Jericho Country is.
Sure don't.
Jericho was our best receivers that year.
Sure don't.
Swipe, you just answered your own question.
Shout out.
But cool. But the Broncos were really good that year.
Yeah, and they went 15-1 and then they dominated the Cardinals, who was really good. Who they shouldn't really made it.
No, I want to be clear about this. The Panthers deserved to be the favorites going into that game. But they deserved it. They were elite that season.
The only reason, and I'm gonna tell you something. The only reason we got that fucking dumbass fucking spread was because Peyton was fucking fried. Brock Osweiler played most of the season. So what they were looking at was, oh, Peyton gonna get destroyed in this game because he ain't that good no more. And that's the reason why the fucking shit was so high. But matchup, dog, literally, dog, we could not move the ball on y'all because we didn't have the fucking weapons. Now, if y'all would have beat us with like a Steve Smith on the team and a Kelvin Benjamin, I'd have been like, y'all niggas beat the fair square. My nigga, we had no. Bro, go watch the film, bro. Chris Harris and the Kings League had Ted Ginn and Jekyll Country in hell. And there was some possessions.
Hold on.
Greg Olsen.
No, wait. Trent,
for you guys.
Trent, if we're being fair, the Broncos had the worst offense in the NFL that year.
Okay, but here's the thing. Here is the thing.
So how is that not fair? That's the point.
In some football games, like this one, defense can turn into offense. Literally, they had the Panthers the entire year. Wide receiver room is fucking dog shit outside of Greg Olsen. Mike Rimmers is fucking terrible. That is a dog shit.
You didn't even know his name. You ain't know his name. I had to remind you what his name was.
For the Panthers.
You said Greg Rimmers. Who's that?
Mike Rimmers.
You said Greg, and I corrected you, and it was Mike.
I did not say Greg. You're just lying on my name. Literally, the best receiver on our team tore his ACL. Literally,
Kenny, is this fair? The Broncos had the worst offense in football and the best defense in football, and they beat him by 14 points. How is that not fair? How is that not a fair game?
But Trent telling you from a nepotism point of view because he had the access card to where
what is
facts? No, but Bama, that game wasn't fair. Is that game wasn't fair?
It's not about fair. It was an extreme mismatch. That's the point.
Extreme mismatch. Now, if you want to have again. We again offense. We had weapons. Now, what the Seattle Seahawks did the year before? What the Seattle Seahawks did the year or two before versus that number one offense of Peyton Manning? That's the conversation because that offense was not supposed to be that bad versus Seattle, but they did some crazy shit because that was a number one offense.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Was the Panthers defense good?
Yes,
number two. They were number 2 in the league.
But
the Broncos' offense was trash. The Panthers' defense was good. The Broncos.
They didn't win from scoring though. See, you didn't watch the game. Don't talk to him. He didn't watch the game. They didn't win from scoring. Let
Riddell speak. This is America. This is the United States of America. We have the right to speak for ourselves in this country. Go ahead, Riddell.
All I was just saying, Riddell was.
All right.
They wasn't as a historic defense as the Broncos was coming to the Super Bowl with. The Broncos Super Bowl defense you can compare with the Bears, purple people,
the Ravens,
the Buccaneers.
The Panthers had a great defense for
the
time era for that season. You feel me? It was all put together, whatever. Because you gotta remember. What's my boy? He fell off the map, bro. Like the DB, Josh Norman.
Yeah, he was amazing that year.
Season, amazing that year. All pro season, then fell off the map. We talking about guys like that. These dudes over here.
They had Thomas Davis.
The Broncos. Here's the thing, Bama. The Broncos have names you still remember to this day. You still remember Chris Harris. You still remember Kuechly. You still remember.
I remember
like that. You to this day, dog.
Bro, it's not even that shit. It doesn't matter. You can have all the people on defense. If you can't fucking score, it doesn't matter.
The Broncos couldn't.
And mind you, Riddell. How did they beat Riddell? Wait. Fucking dog. How they beat us? Because this was what I'm gonna tell you. The game was close the whole game.
No, Riddell.
The end of the score don't tell you the whole game.
They're rewriting history. But I want to let this be known. Cool. No, it does. But Riddell, I want to be clear about this. The Broncos had the 30th ranked offense in the sport that year. 32. The defense was, to his point, historically great, one of the 4 best ever maybe, which is why they even were in the playoff. They went 12-4 with a starting quarterback that had 17 interceptions and 9 touchdowns. And then they went to the playoffs, played versus the 3 best offenses in the sport, in the Steelers, the Patriots, and the Panthers. And had an MVP and 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks, and they walked everybody. But to his point, and I guess the reason why they were 14-point favorites going into the game, which is, again, it's just favorites, is Riddell. They had the number 1 offense in football, and they had the number 2 defense in football versus the number 1 defense in football and the 32nd ranked offense in football. That's why the ranking, the pregame
and y'all didn't beat us with y'all offense. Y'all dominated so much on defense, bro. Y'all were getting short field. Y'all were getting short field and turnovers. Respect.
100%. Like, but the reason why the conversation, and I think Trent already conceded, it's like, we got to recognize what the Panthers were doing in that game, because in this situation, everything Swiper said is correct. And the question for y'all, do you guys blame Cam Newton's performance on just his team or his own individual performance?
Because Cam Newton didn't even play that bad for it. There were multiple times where he did it. He literally did not play that bad.
What is play bad?
Go look at the passing. Dog, we could not trust the receiving core for shit that game. Dog, the running game wasn't there, and the receiving core wasn't there.
If you look at the stats of the game, yes, it looks bad on him. But if you actually watch the entire game,
so you're saying the pass rush was like he got sacked 7 times and got hit like 15 times. You're saying it was just like
that's just like Vance's, right? If you go watch the film on that 2023 Super Bowl with the Chiefs and the fucking 49ers, although you again the stats will tell you that Brock Purdy was bad, but if you go watch just the way Snead and McDuffie were blanketing the receivers, bro, that shit was embarrassing, bro. McDuffie was damn near running Ayuk's routes for him, bro. Like, what you want me to do with that, bro?
I say
no
Miller,
separation out there.
Von Miller gave him a touchdown. He gave him the fumble, I think, to either steal the game.
Well, he gave him 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he gave him 2 touchdowns.
That's why he won.
Von Miller literally gave him 2 touchdowns, and that's what really won in the game. So their defense literally turned into offense. So
Cam had no time back there. And when you watch the receiving routes, they had them niggas on. It was embarrassing, bro.
Manning, to me, like, even though he was garbage in that game, it literally didn't matter because their defense was literally making them.
They could have had anybody play quarterback that year, bro. I mean, for that Super Bowl, bro. They were that great, bro.
Well, if they had anybody else play quarterback, they would have been better. I think that was the whole point. That team was much better than.
The only reason they even let Peyton Manning even play that fucking game is because he was Peyton Manning, bro. Because literally Brock Osweiler was on that team the whole season, and then when the Super Bowl came, we're gonna give it to you. But and to this day, it's one of the worst. Like that shit don't even hurt. I watched that game in real time, and it hurt so bad because I wanted Cam to get that Super Bowl. But what hurt even more is the fact that Peyton Manning has 2 Super Bowls, bro. Like, bro, that second Super Bowl, bro, is so fucking nasty. But we don't care because all we hear is 2 Super Bowls. That is a nasty Super Bowl NFL history.
Everybody brings that up, though.
Yeah, everybody. The reason why I brought that up because the initial premise of the converation was
I would love to say Eli has 2 Super Bowls and Peyton doesn't.
Cam Newton and Von Miller's performance. And when it comes down to like Cam Newton, of course, the context is very important, but overall, he still just did not have a good game. And then if we're talking about Von Miller's performance, because that's what you guys were gauging at Von Miller and Cam Newton, you guys gave an explanation on Von Miller playing spectacularly in the game.
The best defensive game in a Super Bowl ever.
He still played.
That's the way it was talking about.
But there's context to him playing great. Hold up. There's context to him playing great, though. When there's no running game, we're down early because
you did have a running game that year. You had the #1 running game in football.
Nigga, I'm talking about the Super Bowl. When the Super Bowl,
I know, but no, you had this is why I'm not letting early rewrite that part. You did have the #1 running game. Because you had Jonathan Taylor.
I know how great our running game was during the season.
I know. But I'm saying they got shut down because they had Derek Wolfe and Malik Jackson in the middle.
So part of me saying we had no running game because how good. Goddamn, Swiper, like, what are we doing now? We had no running game. We had no running game in the game.
You think it's excuses?
Let me say that.
I'm saying this is a lot of afterthought because going into the game, this was not the narrative.
We had no running game in the game, and not only did our deep routes not work against them, our short passing routes. So Cam was holding the ball longer than he normally wanted to. The fact that the pocket was collapsing, Cam couldn't get loose the way he wanted to, bro. It was prime for Von Miller to eat, bro. Everything was stacked against us when it came to how good that D line was, that defense was. Like a lot of the even Von Miller's pressure. Again, some of that pressure was just because nigga Cam ain't had nowhere to go. So nigga, what you gonna do? But again, Von was great. He deserved that fucking defensive MVP. But the problem is that the context of that game was we literally the year before had a great 1-2 situation. 1,000-yard Kelvin Benjamin, Devin Funchess came at the very end of the season. We had to fight that whole season with a great running game and Cam being fucking Cam, bro. Jericho Cotchery, Greg Olsen, Ted Ginn, like we had nothing out there, dog. So again, we did get through the fucking NFC, but when we got to Super Bowl versus y'all, bro, the matchup, bro, it was not even nothing to talk about, bro. Jericho Cotchery couldn't do nothing with Kuechly. Fucking Ted Ginn couldn't do nothing with Chris Harris. And again, there were plays where they was putting just to be sure because at the time Greg Olsen passes, they ended up putting Kuechly on Greg Olsen. That shit was done for, bro. Like we couldn't do. I wanted Kuechly strap Gronk. Nigga, you couldn't do nothing with that defense, bro. They were just that great, man. Like, but
I want to be clear about this.
And it was still close. The score don't
it
dictate
wasn't
how
close.
close
But I think the issue is, it's only close for a little bit because of the offense. And I think Trent, you're right. But I also want to clear this up, Riddell. Going into that game, what these dudes are saying, especially what earlier saying, was not the story. They were the overwhelming favorite to win that game. I know, Trent. I'm cool. Even among players, they were the overwhelming. When the players came to the Super Bowl, I just want to understand. There was a Super Bowl sit-in. All the players getting interviewed. They were the overwhelming favorite to win the Super Bowl amongst players.
Because it does, bro. A lot of them
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
They had an elite everything that year. They were elite because of Cam and because of the running game.
Bro, can I ask you something? Wait.
Can
I ask you something? Hold up.
I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, Swipe, in 2000, real quick. In 2013, did y'all not have? Were y'all not consensus better than the fucking Seattle Seahawks?
Were they favorite? I don't remember what the favorite was that game. But they should have. It should have been a better game.
The nigga who threw 55 touchdowns was definitely favorite.
I know, but the other side of that is Chris Harris and Vaughn weren't available because they had ACL injuries that year. So like that, everything had changed in the playoffs.
So you
two late season injuries.
Two things that matter.
Because their offense was worse than the defense was. Because their offense was the issue in that game. The Broncos' offense fell apart. Yes, the defense was great, but their offense
in the Super Bowl.
No, man, their offense was the same the whole year. So why were they the favorite going in? They were the same. They didn't have the injuries the whole year.
Okay,
some niggas don't deserve Super Bowls, man.
No, it's a sky is blue statement. You go
because I wasn't watching. You think I remember that? I don't remember all that stuff.
Super Bowl favorites because they went 15-1 and they beat the Seattle and the Cardinals. Sky is blue. Why they were 15-1? Like what the fuck? Who wouldn't be the heavy favorite? If you're a 15-1 team and you have a dominant playoff win, and you have dominant playoff wins, why the fuck are you not the heavy favorite? They're 15-1, but when come to context of the team, they were only that good because of Superman. They don't make it that far.
Exactly, Daquan. Exactly.
If y'all want to call that excuses,
it's not excuses though. That's what happened.
Y'all want to call Cam Newton carrying that team, talking about excuses. Y'all niggas
He was carrying. He should have been MVP that year.
If you just said we have the greatest defense of all time, and Cam Newton's offense isn't good,
it was good.
But it was, and that's the thing. You know it wasn't though.
It was good. The Broncos actually had the bad offense. That's the whole point. They actually had the bad offense. The Broncos had the bad offense.
The same way we have praised. The same way.
Here we go. Do this early.
The same way we have praised Lamar Jackson, time in throughout for having top offenses, but lack of weapons. Cam Newton did it in 2015. So how do you not understand that, Sniper?
All right, we got two super chats. One of them said Eagles Nation 9782 $5. What's the best draft class ever? Trent, don't be biased. The old school drafts either.
I would probably say the Cam Newton draft, the Julio.
11.
It's so
11.
funny too, chat.
Julio,
Green,
Julio, AJ Green, Ryan Kerrigan, Vaughn Miller, Marcel Darius, Patrick Peterson was in that draft.
Yeah, I'll probably say that one.
In '83 draft, they had all the quarterbacks, all Hall of Fame quarterbacks. And 2007, that was the Calvin Johnson draft class.
Is that better than
2014 is crazy too.
Yeah.
2014 was the Aaron
Adams, Mike Evans. Who else is that's like stars?
Odell Beckham, Aaron Donald,
Jarvis. Yes. Who else? Forgot who that shit.
Is it better than the 84 though?
83.
I mean 83.
84 is the NBA. Jadeveon Clowney, Khalil Mack, Sammy Watkins, Jake Matthews, Mike Evans, Anthony Barr was elite for a while. Taylor Lewan was elite for a while. Odell Beckham Jr., Aaron Donald, Kyle Fuller was really good. Ryan Shazier before an injury. Zach Martin, potential Hall of Famer. CJ Mosley was really good. Brandon Cooks obviously still good. Ha Clinton Dix was an All-Pro for a little bit.
I love
D Ford was good. Jason Barrett injuries, but he was good. Jimmy Ward really good for San Francisco. Bradley Roby starter. Terry Bridgewater starter. DeMarcus Lawrence, Pro Bowler. Joe Bitonio, maybe a Hall of Famer one day. Kyle Van Noy still playing, still productive. LaMarcus Joyner with St. Louis was really good for a little bit. Stephon Tuitt, Pittsburgh, he was good. Devontae Adams, obviously Hall of Famer. Jimmy Garoppolo, Pro Bowler once, twice. Morgan Moses, good offensive lineman, was really good. Who else is in this?
You already know what time it is.
Dree Archer, shout out.
Oh man,
I heard that name well.
Daquan Jones was in that draft.
Y'all want to know a funny
Martavis
thing?
Better than the 04 draft.
It's just speed, the level of speed. So, Dree Archer ran his 40 in the same amount of steps. Calvin Johnson ran his 40. They took the same amount of steps, but Dree Archer is just almost a foot shorter, which got him the 4.2. What was it? 4.26, and Calvin Johnson ran that 4.3. I said that is insane. That is insane.
They had the same amount of steps, but one is shorter, and he ran it faster.
Yeah,
that doesn't compute. I'm not.
Now somebody said this. The Saints might have had the best individual draft.
5'7", he took the same.
Yeah, Saints had one of the best drafts ever.
Somebody 6'6".
No, yeah, 2017 is good too. That's
Mahomes. Deshaun
How do we
Watson.
feel about that 01 draft? LT, Michael Vick, Justin Smith, Richard Seymour, Andre Carter, Dan Morgan, Steve Hutchinson, Santana Moss, Casey Hampton, Adam Archuleta, Nate Clemens, Will Allen, Deuce McAllister, Reggie Wayne, Todd Heat, Drew Brees, second round, Kyle Van Bosch, Chad Johnson, Steve Smith went third round that year, Chris Jenkins, Fred Smoot, Matt Life, yeah, I know, right? Who else? Travis Henry, Sean Rogers, Gary Baxter.
You're just naming names.
Adrian Wilson. You said what?
You're just naming names at this point.
I ain't gonna lie, you don't know ball.
Yeah. He named some. He had some heat.
No.
You know who Sean Rogers is?
Heat, and then it was like, whatever.
Chris Chambers, Sean Rogers, Fred Smoot. You know who those guys are?
Like that.
Fred was smooth. Chris Chambers was smooth for a little minute.
Derek Burgess, Adrian Wilson. Is that just a name?
No. I'll give you Adrian Wilson.
AJ Feely, but he was a backup for a long time.
Yeah.
Who else is in here?
Grammatica, Bill Grammatica.
Mm-hmm. I think his brother was the one that was good. If I remember, I can't remember.
He might have been that.
Yeah, that draft was good.
Someone said 04 draft, the quarterback ones with Eli Fitz, and that draft
was really good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most quarterback controversy we may have ever had.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Quarterback do that shit today.
Caleb Williams.
They were all like, I'm not going to the Chargers, and Philip was just like, whatever, I'll just do whatever. John Taylor was in that draft, man. He's the biggest what if. Kellen Winslow, Roy Williams, D'Angelo Hall, Reggie Williams was good. Donta Robinson might be a Hall of Famer one day.
I ain't gonna lie, my city cried for 2 weeks straight when Sean Taylor died.
Yeah, it was crazy. Jonathan Vilma in that draft. DJ Williams was freaking elite. Vince Wilfork he's a Hall of Famer.
I hate DJ Williams, but he was good.
Steven Jackson.
Shout out Steven.
What you call podcast?
Carlos Dansby.
He be up there drunk just talking.
He's such an asshole.
Darnell Dockett. Arizona had a nice draft this year.
What's that boy you name? Give him all that praise. Crazy work.
The nigga said. I think he said Travis. But who did he say was better than LaShawn McCoy? It was like.
He said you talking about when DJ said he said Clinton was better than him. He said Frank.
And
he said Willis.
Davenport.
Yeah, Willis. That's the name. Willis was the one.
Willis.
Better than
Willis was started for a minute.
He said all the Miami U running backs that era at that time that he played was better than LaShawn McCoy.
But LaShawn McCoy got mad. LaShawn McCoy got mad when he said Najee Davenport. Boy, you should have saw LaShawn McCoy's face, bro. Like, bro, I know you just didn't say what I think you said when you said it. He said, what was that?
Ever since he said that, Bama, every time he would talk, LaShawn McCoy would just sit in the side like he couldn't stand that nigga, bro. Like he hated that nigga talking, bro.
So Early said he's not going to do this Cold Burr.
Yeah, that's easy money, man. I might as well just get a nigga some money right now.
What about will they be within 3 games? What if we amended it?
Shit, I don't know. I can't. Bryce, I got to check Bryce. Y'all can legitimately, we went over y'all schedule. Y'all can legitimately go like 12-5, 13-4, bro. I'm not doing that. We'd be lucky to win 10 games this season if Bryce plays decent.
Bro, Bryce go off. Y'all could win 12 games easy this year.
If he goes off, I'm not putting
crazy gas.
I tell you that just to lose some money, fuck it. Let's bet $50 just because.
No, I'm not betting $50. I'm gonna take that money. You already owe me a steak dinner. I still haven't got my steak dinner.
You stop being an asshole because whenever you want your steak dinner, you get your steak dinner. I can order your food for you right now, nigga. You have steak on your teeth. You have steak in your teeth in the next hour. Let me know if you want some meat in your mouth.
Whoa, warn me.
Hey, yo.
Yo, can we yo, come on, wrap it up.
Hey, 3 hours. Hey, we got 3 hours and 12 minutes in today. 357 people watching live, even after hour 3. Y'all are amazing. Riddell, thank you for pulling up. Kenya, Bama, Trent, thank you for being late early. Shout out to you. You were also late. Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Great job today, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. We'll be back here next Sunday.